Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Hangout here with Astroprinter. My name is Liam, for those of you who do not know me. This is where we hang out with other makers, casual, easy chat, talk about what's going on, and see what everyone's up to. So we already have some guys in the background that I'm going to bring into the screen. So here we go. Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Good, and you?
Pretty good. Just working on this and that. Just got a video uploaded for that Comgrow CNC that I've been working on for the last 3 or 4 days. I posted like 20 minutes ago, and then I'm getting stuff ready, and you're going live, and it's like, oh no, I thought he was going live in an hour. So here I am.
So what's up with you, Matt?
Honestly, I've not been busy really. I've been busy with other things, personal things. Printing came to a failure this morning.
It happens.
Had a failed print. Yeah.
You can't say you're a maker unless at least one fails every now and again.
Yeah, I accidentally put a tear in my fab in it.
Ooh.
And right there it is.
Well, fab is cheap.
Yeah. So I ordered 5 pieces of fab, and I should have it in the next couple of days.
5 pieces of fab will probably last you years. So let's
I don't know.
I told him if he had a 911, he could take packing tape, put over from the bottom side, and keep printing. But he ordered some more, and he's in no hurry.
Yeah. So let's see who's out there. So, hey, non-fam, first in the door. SPC, howdy. Old Curmudgeon, how are you doing, sir? Let's see, non-fam Old Curmudgeon. Hope you can get away using the line later in the stream. Oh, the greetings programs one? Okay. Let's see, Old Curmudgeon. Matt German on screen. SPC. Louise hiding in the room behind Matt.
Of course.
Hey, Dwayne, how are you? Welcome. Let's see. Non-fam, everyone's saying hi. Cool. All right.
Mink. I don't recognize the name Chris Mink. He must be new here.
No, I don't know Chris Mink, actually. Chris.
Hey, nice to meet you, Chris.
How are you? You just, we are open to people to come in saying hi and chatting online and whatever. So feel free to introduce yourself to everybody and let us know what you're up to, what type of printers you have, what other than printing, what else you into in the maker world. Let us know. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. We may not have all the answers, but we try. We know Google will be able to help us.
Yeah.
So tell us about your new CNC, Jerry.
Comgrow CNC ordered off Amazon. It's a 3018, built like all others, basically. It runs front to back instead of side to side. And the USB cable that came with it was crap and went in the garbage. Because every time I tried to start a print and the spindle would spin, it would disconnect from the printer. Once I replaced the cable, that solved that problem. It doesn't have any, it has one little test file on there that's just, I threw it in my video, but anyway. So I basically engraved 3D HP, was trying some different software out, and I need to learn the machine, and I need to work my MPCNC. If I learn as much as that as I do about resin and FDM, I'll be, home free. But just take a little bit of time. It's set up in the garage on another PC.
Hey, Llama, how are you?
Hey, Llama.
So, well, I would say practice on your small CNC and get the hang of stuff, because what you do there will translate across the larger one. Yeah. The only difference is the work area is going to be larger and your Z height is going to be bigger, so you can do larger work. But other than that, the functionality is going to go from A to B. It's basically the same thing.
Since I got it up and running, what I'll do later when I'm not here or tomorrow is I'll start working on the MPCNC. It's sat for over a year, and I need to put that other board in it and then get that up and running. And then I can kind of work on either or back and forth and then tape different things and throw up another video.
Yeah, but do spend your time on a smaller one.
Yeah, like Cleo.
I don't know Cleo, actually. Cleo Mod, haven't seen you on here before.
No.
So if you want to say and let us know where you are, and the same for Chris. Let us know whereabouts in the world you are and what you're into, what type of maker stuff, CNC, lasers, engravers, 3D printing, resin printing, whatever it is. Let us know. So it's kind of like I've been doing a little bit of printing. I haven't been doing much on the CNC side this week. Or lasers. I have some stuff planned for the weekend. I have a live unboxing coming up this weekend on Saturday at 11 a.m. EST. I'll be doing a live unboxing of a new resin printer from a company called 3D Talk. They actually do a lot of work in the dental side of resin printing. They have some FDM.
They were Mr. and Mrs. Diesel. Cleo was. So I remember Mr. and Mrs. Diesel. I didn't know what happened to them. They just kind of disappeared a few months ago. So okay.
So they changed their name to Cleo Mods. Okay.
All right.
Cool. Well, hello again, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel.
We met Mrs. Diesel on a live stream, and her husband wasn't on.
Yes.
A while back, a couple months ago.
Well, I wouldn't say it's hard. Well, I don't think it's harder. I just think it's easier to make a mistake on a bigger machine. You don't care if you break a small machine, because if it gets damaged and you break a bit in it, who cares? It's a small little machine, right?
Bits are expensive, or they can be. So yeah.
Well, some of bits, but when you get on a big machine and you do something wrong that's going to damage the motors and so on, now the price goes through the roof.
Wear safety glasses, wear earplugs or earmuffs, because it will damage your ears, and if something breaks, you don't want to get hit in the face or the eye. So it's best when it's running at a high rate of speed. Just don't stand next to the machine.
Yeah, ear protection is good. Eye protection you need as well. In the US, 3D printing, I like to get the CNC and resin. Cool. Well, resin, Jerry, the guy here in the bottom, he's our resin guru.
I'm not a guru, but I've printed a couple hundred models in resin.
That makes you a guru, whether you like it or not. In comparison to me,
I know what I.
That's at least 200 hours. I mean, definitely 2,000 hours, more than let's say 20,000 hours.
Boxes and boxes and boxes of resin prints, different types of models. Same with FDM. I got stuff in 2 different spare rooms. I got boxes and boxes of stuff that I try to clear out of here. So
anyway. I have some resin machines. I'm not a huge resin printer. I've done some. I'm not. I've done more FDM. I have more experience on lasers. I have more experience on CNCs.
Here is a beautiful picture I did on 8x10 glass. It's from Dollar Tree, and I sprayed it white and then I painted it black. But it had a layer shift. For the first time ever on a diode laser, I had a layer shift. But
show me. Let me bring it full screen. 1 second. Let me bring it full screen. I need to move you first of all. 1 second.
That's a beautiful picture. I only paid $1 for the glass frame.
Actually, I saw them in concert.
And I haven't, but I like the group.
I don't see it.
There's a layer shift on Peter Chris. Well, there's one here, and then there's one on Paul Stanley right below the nose.
I don't see it.
Layer shift. And I don't know why it happened.
I
don't know why it happened, but I have a slight layer shift. And I've never had that on laser before.
Well, my guess is the belt may not be 100% tight, because that's the only thing on a laser that would cause it to shift, or the idler is loose on your stepper.
Well, it's noticeable in the face, but obviously it happened all the way across right there.
Yeah.
It's slightly out of whack. But other than that, I mean, it came out really good. So.
Yeah, it looks really good. So what's that? Just normal automotive spray can, rattle can white, and then let it dry, and then rattle can black.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and you do the same with tiles as well. You can take a tile, you can spray it black, a white tile,
whatever colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've done that on canvas. The canvas pictures come out really good. And
did you try the clear on the canvas?
Not yet, because I've been messing with the CNC for 3 or 4 days.
Okay. So. Yeah, but it comes out nice on canvas. It does really well. It does really tile as well. Glass does really well. So I like. Oh, there's your lasers.
Here, I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah. So your CO2. Okay, that's Jerry in the morning, and that's Jerry before his coffee. They look good. What's that one? Okay,
Made a picture of your laser machine.
The Rock. Come on, Dwayne Johnson.
He looks more like Thanos from what's the movie called again? Thanos, Guardian of the Galaxy. Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
Thanos. Okay.
Thanos. Yeah.
That's gives Uncle Jesse feel from. That's about you, Jerry.
What?
The message. Now it's Jerry the Rapper.
Yeah.
J Dog. But so I've been doing a little bit of 3D printing, not an awful lot because I've been really low on materials. I got some in today, but that's for one specific job. I have.
Have you pinned your link or your PayPal? Or I don't see.
I haven't yet. No. I didn't pin it yet. Let me go there. 1 second.
You should pin your PayPal and just repost your link constantly, so people can.
I don't want to annoy people with it. People know where I am. Just 1 second.
Please like, subscribe, and share, everybody. Liam needs to get over 1,000 sub hump so he can get monetized, and he does great work, great channels. And if he doesn't have the answer, then his alter ego Ike does. And then if that don't work, Ike goes to Google, and Google's really fast.
You have to find new material from that Ike stuff.
Yeah. I'll find a picture of you online somewhere, and about where your knees are, I'll put boots so it looks like you're about 3 foot tall.
That sounds about right. Let me see.
Yeah, hopefully I have my focus printer coming in the next couple days. I think it might be here tomorrow.
Awesome.
So
it's not. Yeah. It's a nice machine.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to printing TPU with it because it does have a direct drive. So
it does, and it's actually got a direct. It's got a volcano style direct drive.
Yeah, that's why I thought about it.
I printed with it at 100 millimeters, and it prints fine.
Yeah, but I don't think I will achieve that on TPU.
I know with TPU you won't know, but I've done with like PLA. I've done 100 millimeters.
No, I'm looking strictly only one designated printer for TPU. So, because a friend of mine wanted I start TPU printing because his friends have some STL files what they want me to print.
Okay.
So they can put it on their drones and vehicles, what the RC cars and etc.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I have some Ninja Flex. I have some other regular 95A TPUs there. I don't have a printer that will do lighter they'll do a softer than an 85A, which is Ninja Flex. Like you can get a 65A, which
isn't there a 35 or 45 out
there?
There
is some of those out there, but you need a specialized printer to do those.
Liam?
Yes, sir.
Have you shared the link so people can drop in that want to drop in or no?
I haven't, but I
don't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me. If anyone wants to drop in and say hi, the link is there in chat. I just posted the StreamYard link. Make sure before you drop in, mute your YouTube or stop your YouTube because otherwise you get audio feedback and it'll make a mess. So if anyone wants to drop in, feel free to do so. So what's on your plans for the rest of the week other than CNC stuff, or is that what your plans are? Playing with the CNC?
Yeah, cleaning up the garage more. Now that I'm taping in the garage, my backdrop looks like hell. So I need to organize it, make it look, normal. Like somebody.
Well, you haven't seen my garage. My garage is someone threw a couple of grenades in there.
Yeah, things are like everywhere. I threw away. I got an entire big giant trash can that the dump truck, the garbage truck picks up and dumps. I got that full of cardboard the other day, and I moved a computer out there, and I'm set up for that. And I'm just working on this and that. I kind of jump around and do this and do that and do this. And then my big spawn head, I think I was telling you guys yesterday,
Sergio.
I printed out that really big spawn head, and where the two colors changed on the Yossi filament, it had a crack all the way around it. So I just took a little bit of spot putty. I figured, oh, I'll just putty it, sand it, and then I can paint it. Well, when I was going out in the garage yesterday, I knocked it off the dryer, and the head fell on the floor and bounced on the tile, and it split right there where it didn't have good adhesion. So that's fine. It's better it does it now than later after I paint it, so I can go ahead and glue it together and fix it properly. Hey, Sergio, hello.
As I said when we were on the stream last night, it's probably because of it being silks. Silks are notorious for weak layer adhesion. They look, when you're printing the one material continuously, it often does fine, but you'll notice that it is a weaker print overall. And if you start mixing materials, they just don't like each other at all.
I could have done the head all in one color, but I figured I already got a part of a roll on the CR10. I'll just print with that, use it up, then I'll put another roll on, which I did, and that's what happened. So
nice. Well, super glue, will fix everything.
2P10, like I'm using blue tape on the CNC, like Lama and a few other people were talking about. I put blue tape on the MDF, blue tape on the build surface, and then super glue, and then the activator and the other, stick it together, and it does not let loose unless you take a screwdriver or something, stick in the crack, and pop it loose and take it off, and it works perfect.
Yeah, well, a lot of people use a CA glue for that. It's easy. It's a really good bed adhesion. It eliminates the need for clamps. So you don't have to worry about your head impacting clamps or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse. So, guys, the link is there in chat. If you want to come in and join us on screen and chat, you're all welcome. Jesse just posted about your CNC. He says, very nice video. He just watched it.
Thanks. Yeah, I try to cover everything that I did or didn't do. And then right in the middle of the video, I remembered I forgot to say something. So right in the middle of a sentence, I cut it, opened it up, and I threw a chunk in there where I was talking about something. Then I went back to it. But
hey Jake, how are you?
How you doing?
Yeah, so I'm at some point, hopefully before the end of the year, I should have the upgrade for my CNC. So I'll probably do videos on that. I do have a resin printer this week that I'm going to be unboxing this weekend. And then I'm waiting on, I'm supposed to be getting, well, I will be getting eventually one of those diode lasers that you have.
You mean okay.
The Comgo.
I thought you was going to say hey, Tom, how you doing?
Smashing. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, Tom.
So I have that.
Wish you'd be more cheery. You always seem to be kind of bummed out about life and things, and life's too short to not be happy all the time.
Oh, what?
See, he's smiling. It worked, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So what are you working on, Tom?
Mass production.
That's a very, very, very
semi-mass production.
Okay.
More productive production
of
on the CNC.
All right, so you're doing some CNC work. Okay.
What software do you run? And I know you on your CNC.
I use for what? For
designing stuff.
To design anything, I use Fusion. I use Fusion for all my design and to produce the G code, which is really why I use Fusion, because it's an all-in-one package.
Yeah, I like you. I use Fusion for my tool pathing and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I like it.
It is. I'm no slouch at Fusion. I'm not going to say I'm really great at it, because pretty much all I ever use is the design window. I don't ever go into like metal forming and any of the high end like electrical stuff, but the basic design I'm pretty competent in. That manufacturing window has still got me confused.
There is a lot of options in it because it's designed for heavy production, right? Heavy industrial stuff.
I've been tinkering.
It's designed for metal, is what it's designed for. It's really and initially designed for metal machining of
for 5-axis CNC systems.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real high end, production machining. It's not really made for you and me.
I've been tinkering
You
with
can
diesel.
do it,
Yeah.
but
So-
it's confusing the crap out of me.
Yeah. What were you saying, Jerry?
I understand.
I've been tinkering with Easel Llama, and Easel
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of Tinkercad. Your work is
Yeah.
here, and it shows you what it's going to look like over here. It's a
Yeah.
free trial for 30 days. And, I really don't want to pay $20 a month for it, but I don't know Fusion. I mean, I can
Yeah.
learn it, but I would rather have something that I could use right
Yeah.
now that just works for me instead of
There's-
learning the process.
But they're not that bad. When you're doing when you're doing wood and stuff like that, and for small CAD machines, the only thing the settings you use will be the settings you use for almost all materials except with feed rate. That's the only thing you're really going to change. All the other settings are pretty cookie cutter settings, right? So when it's like in the small one that you're working on, Jerry, you're going to use almost all the same settings for all of them, and you're going to maybe vary the speed, and you're going to change the bit. You're going to change and that's it. That's all you're going to do.
The big thing is the bit. The problem with Fusion is what to select, when to select, which path generation tool platform. I mean, in the 2D section, there's like 15 different tool paths. In the 3D section, there's like 30 different tool path settings in Fusion.
But again,
10 and 20, I think.
Yeah.
It's just which one do you use when? How do you set it up?
But look, the chances are you're going to use a rough bit, you're going to use a finishing bit. You might extend to 3, right, depending on what you're doing. And chances are the only thing you're really going to vary between all of those is it going to be a roughing outline, or is it actually going to go left to right or up and down, or is it going to do a combination of them? And that's
just
it.
With Fusion, there's so much more than that.
There is, but if you have those much down, if you know where those settings are, you can do it on a small CNC, and you're good.
I have learned the adaptive clearing, and there's like 3 things that I use.
You're going to use either adaptive clearing, or you're going to use the it's not called keyhole, it's called
There's a guy on YouTube I've been watching called James.
Yeah, and I use contour a lot for the final cutout.
Yeah,
it'll let you do the little tabs at the final. But I don't use any of it. I use engraving a lot.
I haven't used their carve function yet, but I plan to.
Well, it's engraving. They call
I've
it
been
engraving.
watching this guy for the last few days, James Dean
But-
Design.
Yeah,
Fusion will allow you to do things Easel won't.
he's in the UK. He's very good, Jerry.
Yeah, I've been watching him a lot on how to do this and that. And
Was that New York CNC?
No, James Dean's Designs.
Oh, New York CNC, if you want to learn Fusion and the manufacturing, that is definitely the place to go. Just be ready because they have a lot. Every Friday, they do a Fusion Friday, and they've been doing it for like 6 years.
Yeah, but James Dean Design is good about general CNCing, what you need to watch for. He covers a lot about how to get started and get up and running in CNC, and different types of CNC machines, and the pros and the cons, and how to make certain decisions and stuff. So he's good. I watched his stuff in the past, and he's pretty good.
so for laser, I watch Louisiana Hobby Guy, and for CNC, I'm watching this guy. I do watch other videos, but
yeah,
Believe it or not, some of the older what's his name from Fusion there? He used to do all the Autodesk stuff. What the hell's his name?
I was watching him yesterday. I forget.
Christensen. What the hell's his first name?
Yeah.
He's like the most popular Fusion guy ever because he actually worked at Autodesk and they hired him. He actually started, from what I understand, he started doing the videos and then Autodesk hired him to do videos because he actually knew what he was doing.
Yeah, Jay-Z's stuff, Jesse, I like his stuff. His content is good. He's very thorough.
Yeah.
He walks through it step by step. I like the way he does things.
Yeah,
There's
Lars,
a bunch of
SPC said Lars. Yeah, Lars.
Lars Christensen. Yeah, he's actually really good with some of the machining stuff. You just got to find it in all of his stuff, and he's long-winded with a lot of it, which I have a hard time with, because usually what my problem is I have one thing I can't figure out, and I don't want to watch a 30-minute video to get to that one thing.
Yeah, every time I have a problem, I try Googling it or rephrasing it, and eventually I figure it out. And if I don't, I PM Liam, and then he Googles it and tells me real quickly what's going on.
I know how to use the opera engine Google better than Jerry does.
Quick. He was telling me something yesterday, and then later I found what sounded exactly like what he said. So I was assuming that's where he found that.
Well, you can't remember all of the dollar commands for Gerbil, right? So
Yeah.
I had to look up the dollar command, but I knew there was commands to do it, and I knew some of the settings. I just don't know them all, because like between Marlin and that and what I do in my day job, I don't have enough. I got a big head, but it's not big enough to hold all of that.
Yeah, the Congo kept homing to the front right, well, not to the rear, and then we figured out how to make it go to the back rear. And this was happening, that was happening.
Go to the
Change
back
a few
rear.
commands.
Roger Webb, he's a guy out of Australia or New Zealand, isn't he? The old guy, he's got a whole pile of CNCs. I think that's Roger Webb. If that's the same guy, yeah, he's good too. I've seen some of his stuff. He's getting into lasers more and more, as well as CNC. He's getting really into, like, he's got fiber lasers and all this kind of stuff, and he's good at explaining it. I think he's an older guy though, but he is good. Yeah, that's him. Okay, yeah. I subscribe to his stuff as well.
I just drank a Monster, and I'm just sitting there yawning and yawning and yawning. It's
I know, me too.
Yeah, it could be the weather as well.
It's contagious. I don't know. Somebody on screen must have done
That time of year.
Yeah, he recently got I think it was a 30 watt or a 50 watt fiber laser he got recently. Yeah, and I saw his video on that, and his video on that was quite good, because he talked about he did explain about focusing, how it's focused with and you can change the field of view for it by changing the lens and all this kind of stuff. I knew that, but he did a good job of explaining it to people who didn't know it. A good beginner CNC is Genmitsu, like SainSmart does 3018,
And
Congo have a 3018 right now. Artur have the Arufo, which is a 3018. I have the Arufo. I have one of those, and it's a really good.
Doesn't have a lot
of those. I would not do like I did and go out and spend $2,000 on the $3,000 on a fancy CNC. I would get one of those little Amazon junk boxes
I didn't know that.
to learn on.
They're not junk boxes, actually. They are quite good. They're small machines.
They work. No, that's what I'm saying.
Really
they work.
well.
It's the perfect thing to learn on. You can't really do much with them. They do a little.
Well,
you can do little trinkety things.
But I know you
like,
can't do the whole panel for a door panel.
If you spend $2,000 or $3,000 and realize you don't want to do this as a hobby, this isn't what you expected.
Yes,
you've invested all that money, so spend a little. If you like it, you can always upgrade.
Yeah, and the thing about it is the big machines are big,
and they're pricey.
They take up a lot of room, and they're expensive to run because you will break bits.
Yeah, you'll break a bit in any machine if you run it too fast into the
those little machines take the bits from Amazon you buy for $10 for 20 of them. Not
if you buy cheap
$100 a piece like some of mine are.
Yeah,
I break one of my bits. It hurts the wallet heavily. It's not like, oh well, throw it out, pop another one in.
Well,
I've actually been using the cheapos more and more and more, because I bought them initially, and they don't last very long. I've discovered, especially with the yoke, I get a couple of dozen cuts, and then you start seeing that it's like burning, and they just dull really fast. But I get to play.
If you want to learn, I think the small CNCs, the 3018, you can get a little bit. If you want to pay a little bit bigger, you can get a 3040 from Genmitsu, like SainSmart. And if you want to go bigger again, you can get a 6060 from them. But like I would start
and then decide what you want to do. Do you want to cut wood and make signs, or do you want to cut metal, Do you want to do both?
I would say start with wood, and then
Yeah.
if you get the hang of it and you want to try other materials, then go with a bigger machine.
But the point is to get one of those little Amazon $250, $300 units to learn on.
Well,
once you know what you're doing,
very well.
You'll quickly learn what you want to do with it after.
Yes, but Lama, those small machines only have 10,000 RPM. They will not do well with aluminum. They will not even come close to touching steel.
That's what I'm saying. Well, 10,000 is fast enough.
No,
I had to buy a spindle.
I had to
buy a spindle over a router to do aluminum. A router's too fast to cut aluminum. It'll just melt the aluminum onto the bit. Everyone thinks you need to go faster to do the heavy materials. You don't. Oaks and maples, you actually slow the bit down. You don't speed it up.
You need more
torque. You do is burn if you go too fast. You want to cut larger chips with a bigger bit. It's just like a circular saw blade. If you put it in a table saw and you want to rip or cross cut, you want two completely different blades.
Like you can do stuff like
you want a 6082.
There, you can do stuff like this on the 3018s.
Yeah, no, you can do plenty on them. That's my point. Is you can learn on them. Yeah, and not bust your wallet. Learn what you want to do. And move on. What's up, Zolan?
Not much.
You can do stuff like this.
Oh, I know. You can do a lot of stuff.
3018s. That's a flaw in the wood. That line there on the side. But
the problem
you can do beautiful engravings like that on a 3018.
You got to learn Fusion, or you got to use Aspire to do those.
That was all done in Fusion.
Yeah, because they're the only two that will really quality do full 3D carving.
Carvecchio.
I disagree with that.
I disagree.
What other CNC does 3D carving well?
Carvecchio.
Huh?
Yep.
Carvecchio will do it.
See, I never play with Carvecchio.
What is the Instructables one? What is it called, Jerry?
And they got another one.
What's it called again?
Easel, and then that other program.
Easel.
Easel won't do 3D. Easel's 2D only.
No, Easel will do 3D.
No, Easel is 2D only.
No, you can import an image.
They give you access to the middle one while you're still in demo. But Easel is 2D only. It's 2.5. It won't do full carving.
If you're made of money, you pick up Mastercam and just get it done.
Yeah, well, that's a different story. That's like
you said it does it well. I mean, come on.
The 30.
Well, that's Aspire.
Aspire is really the best one that
I've played with.
Mastercam is what my dad's shop uses.
Yeah, that's not.
What does your dad's shop do?
Custom office furniture and things like the bookshelves that are at the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the software is what, $10,000?
27 last I knew.
Yeah. No, thank you. Aspire is too expensive. Aspire is probably the best, upper end hobby / borderline professional.
But you don't need that. You can do it with Fusion, and it's free.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
But Aspire is way easier. Like, way easier.
I know, but once you get the hang of Fusion, and it doesn't take that long to get the hang of Fusion if you do a couple of runs.
No, I'm having a hard time with the CNC.
Oh, no, I have no problem.
By the way, you can actually do it in FreeCAD as well.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of there's other free CAD apps out there, free CAD that offer cam options as well.
You can actually do it inside, what the hell is the other CAD one that we all got rid of when Fusion came out, or became public free? SketchUp. SketchUp has a CNC export plugin.
Really? I've never tried it.
I don't.
That sounds scary.
The guy who writes all the what he calls for the machine for exporting from Fusion, the actual machine profile that you import into Fusion for your machine, for my unit, actually prefers SketchUp. I'm just like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, it's just for this stuff. He's like, 3D printing, it sucks. Architecture and carving, He's like, SketchUp is actually better the way
But
it builds the way it builds the model.
Like even with
Puzzling
3D
it.
modeling software, it really just depends on what you want it to do.
Yeah.
Because, like as an example, if I get into using a CAD, into using a router type setup or whatever else, I would want to get ExoCAD because that does dental.
Yeah, I don't really care about dental.
I mean, if you can do
not
dental, then
making
you can
George
do
Washington's teeth.
small, fine work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But SketchUp, if I were doing architecture, I'd start using SketchUp again. It
hate
worked really
SketchUp.
well for architecture. I hated it because it wouldn't do
SketchUp.
arcs and curves proper. But for architecture, it's
Make
fast.
me some teeth.
Yeah, Jerry wants to. You should try out of oak first, Jerry.
Yeah. Get some oak teeth. Yeah.
Hey, if you're not doing it in
George
3D
Washington.
Studio Max, you're doing it wrong. No.
But yeah, there's a big mix out there. You just have to find what you're comfortable with.
Yep.
I'm comfortable with using Fusion, and I get cuts. Like you've seen some of the ones I just showed you, they were all done on Fusion, right? It's not that hard. I don't think it's that hard.
There's just so much, and I'm always just so much.
If I tried Fusion,
loading, selecting the right
Fusion, I'd have a YouTube video open over here. I'd have Fusion open here, and I'd watch step for step how he did it, and I'd try to recreate it here to learn what I'm doing by watching another monitor.
Yeah, and that's how you do it. And then do it 5 times over.
Yeah,
and then
actually,
next time do it on your own.
I found a really good YouTube series that helped me out greatly with Fusion. See if I can find it again.
I still say Autodesk makes some of the best Fusion tutorials for basics of anyone. You go up, you hit the little question mark in the far right corner of Fusion.
Here it is. Arnold
right
Roundtree has a 16 parts. He has a 16-part series that rocks.
Yeah, that's a pay for though, isn't it?
Nope, it's free.
Is it?
Yep.
I've watched a few of his. I know the name.
He has a playlist. It's free. You go sign up for the mailing list, and he says you sign up for his mailing list. You get the PDF that has all the schematic drawings, and then you can just immediately unsubscribe. He says that right in his video.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's. I said I like. I don't do an awful lot of CAD stuff. And if I need something quick and dirty done, I'll go to Tinkercad for something really quick. If I want to spend more time in it, I'll play with Fusion. But for CAM, I just use Fusion, and it's for me. Yeah. I found it to be the easiest for me. And yes, the first couple of times you do it, you mess up. But once you go through it a couple of times correctly, then it becomes second nature, and it's not that hard after that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do too many different things.
Yeah. But
and you really need to pay for it because this whole loading each thing differently now.
Oh, I hate that.
Version is a freaking pain in the ass. Because you realize with the free version, you can't save all. Like if you have 4 different toolpaths with different bits, you can't save it as one toolpath anymore and just send it to the machine and the machine will stop.
Yeah, that's because
you have to save each one and load each one into your machine.
There's a reason for that, because because for automation with tool changers, that's production, and in production,
I'm not denying it. I mean, everyone bitches about what Autodesk does, and I'm still like, this is like one of the top most powerful CAD programs you can get, and they're giving it to you for free, and you're bitching because there's a couple of. I mean,
I'll be honest. I'd be willing to pay $6 to $10 a month for it,
which is about all it is.
If they would unlock everything. But
because here's the secret, people, and I'm going to probably buy it this year. Usually Black Friday, it's $2.99. Yep. They give you 2 years of Fusion for $2.99. Okay,
I was going to say it's a subscription base. That doesn't quite play out. So 2 years for $300 is too much.
They have a 1 year, subscription. It's usually $3.95, and almost every year since they went to the $3.95, 3 years ago,
Right.
Which
From what you just said,
but it's still the same price. They just changed who's in that group.
that's $150 a year.
Yeah, I'll pay $150 a year for a professional usage application like that. Oh yeah.
What program do you use to send it to your CNC? Candle, G-code sender, or what do you use?
I just plug the USB with the G code into my CNC machine, and
he uses stick or an SD card.
I have Open Build's black box with the interface, and it just you plug it in, and it's like.
Oh, you're not tethered to a PC then?
No,
you don't have to. You have the hand controller, don't you, Jerry?
Yeah.
So you can run it from there natively.
Yeah, I'd rather just plug it into a PC and watch what's going on the screen.
I've never tried one. I'd love to. If anyone out there at Carvera wants to send me one, I'd love to try it out for them.
Yeah, me too. But it's what? It's like $3 or $4 grand a year.
It's about $3 or $4 grand, yeah.
It's not worth it. It's just like Aspire. And Aspire's PC only. So
actually, I forgot about SolidWorks.
SolidWorks, yeah.
SolidWorks doesn't do machining. You have to get a plug-in.
Yes, it does.
It does. No, SolidWorks has a cam.
You have to get a plug-in for it, which everyone I've talked to says it's not all that great. The plug-in's not all that great. I know a lot of guys that use SolidWorks and then port it
JB, how are you?
Do the machining. They model it in SolidWorks, bring it to Fusion, and then machine it. Because the plugin for SolidWorks is terrible.
That's
what I heard. I've never tried it.
I was going to say, I can tell you right now, a lot of the aircraft people, that's what they use.
You know, 1 second, guys. You probably have not killed the board if it stopped. If you hit the power, kill it, and turn it back on again, does it come back up?
I don't know, but 28-hour print, he's screwed.
I'm assuming he's already powered cycled it since he's saying it doesn't print past the first layer.
Well, I didn't see that.
Screen was locked up.
Yeah, if it won't print past the first layer, they have a US support number, right? JG Maker have a US number you can dial for support here in country. And actually, I know the guy you'll be dealing with. And you know the guy you'll be dealing with because his name is Scott Worthington. Scott is, you've probably seen him on some of their streams when they first released the printer. He actually worked as support for them. So reach out to him on their US support number. You get him on their website, and you'll be talking with Scott here in the States, and he'll help you out. And if you think it's a bad board, they'll get you a replacement because you're under warranty. That has 3 years warranty. So use the warranty if you think a board is bad, but reach out to Scott. Go through the support number. I think it's still Scott, but they'll help you out if you go through them. There's nobody else out there who is offering 3 years warranty on a printer. Nobody.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes, but it won't print past the first layer. I don't know. Did you try? This may be a silly question. Did you try a different print job to see what happened? Did you try a separate print file, one of the ones that came with the printer, one of the sample test files, and see what happened?
A different SD card or way to send
it could be a bad SD card, but I want to say because when SD cards go bad, that's the type of effect you get as well. So that's why I said try one of the default ones that came with the printer. If you get the same effect, you can get the default files on their website, get a different micro SD card, format it as FAT32, put some files on it, and try run it again. It could be a bad card. That's a very common thing, and it does react like that because what's happening is the printer tries to write back to the card, and the card is bad, and it can't do so, so it actually errors out and stalls the print. Because by default, it writes to the card to allow it to resume after print.
What he just said backs up what you said. It wiped his card. If he plugged his card in and it was suddenly blank, then that means...
Try a different card. And it could be
Well,
not
card
him who wiped the
not
card.
bad.
It could be a bad card, and they do go bad. It happens all the time
Hey,
because they
mate, how you
use
doing?
cheap models.
I have 17 Raspberry Pis. I know they go bad.
I was chatting with my brother about that, and he says 99.99% of the time an SD card goes bad because they actually overheat in the freaking socket. When you're drawing off them like a 28-hour print, you're constantly pulling off it. They actually warm up. I mean, they don't get like burning hot or anything,
So
but they warm up, and the internals get hot enough to screw themselves up.
that that little white USB reader that they used to ship with the Ender 3 printers?
Yeah,
I had one melt.
I've seen that happen. Yes, I've had those because they're cheap. They're really bad circuits.
One of these?
Yeah.
And the card melted in it.
Wow.
Yeah. I've actually pulled a few of these stupid things out with the little things. Like go into the CNC machine and I'll pull them out of my computer here and just like go grab it. And the USB plug will be freaking hot. So I imagine the SD card getting warm too.
So JB, T0 is extruder 1, T1 is extruder 2.
Yeah, if you have internal memory, that was the thing my brother was saying. If you have some internal memory system on whatever, your best bet is to plug the SD card in, read it, save it onto whatever piece of equipment, and then pull the SD card out. And they'll last a boatload longer.
Yeah. Well, they don't have the internal memory like that. So
No.
Yeah.
So I would recommend
That's what
if a different card did not work, try plugging in a laptop or whatever over USB and print over USB. If it prints over USB, a small print, and it prints fine, then you could have a bad USB port after going bad, and that's a replacement board, and they'll do that under warranty for you.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So-
I'll see you guys later. I'll be back
Okay,
probably in
man.
an hour or so.
Take care,
Nah,
man.
I
Have
go
a
for
great
food.
night.
You too.
You know, I wanted to talk to Zolan yesterday about something. I got busy and I forgot to text him, email him, freaking hit him up on Twitter or whatever. Now I can't remember what the hell it was.
Pen and paper. Write it down, bro.
No, it was just something I was screwing around. I'm like, Zolan would be into this kind of thing. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, I don't know if we want to know that now.
No, it was 3D printing related. I think it was TPU. But I can't remember what the hell it
I
was.
still don't want to know what it is now.
I ordered a G10 sheet that I need to cut down to put on my printer.
With G10. Oh, that's Airlight stuff or whatever it is.
The fiberglass sheet.
Oh, yeah, that's the like PC boards are made of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, JB, where are you? Where are you located?
Hell.
He is now because his printer's not working.
Yeah, some weeks everything works fine. Then there'll be other weeks where all your printers are broke down.
Yeah, I have the Artist D, and it's a rock solid printer for me.
Run it again. Every printer I had was out up until day before yesterday, and this still isn't right. It's not right, but I got it running, and that's all I care about until that's fixed. That's a major nightmare.
I know some people who run these because they can mount a fan. They print a little fan enclosure, and then that way they can have the fan blow on it and keep the card cool. It is a extension cable. One side's a TF card, the other side's the slot, so you can plug it into your printer and then put the TF card away from it.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are going to be heating up too. The same, I would imagine, though.
Right, but those are cheaper to replace if it does fry.
True.
And
I know where Lip here is. Yeah,
I'm actually going to be using those in my cyber deck I'm working on because I won't be able to get to the memory cards of the Pis.
I've been printing on my Artist DJB for months nonstop because I'm doing Toys for Tots, and it nails it continuously. I've other than changing filament, I've had it running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for about 6 weeks without stop, and all it does is print.
Oh crap! I gotta get a hold of Shane. I wonder if he shipped out of bed.
Got out of bed?
If he shit out of bed?
if he shit out of bed. If he shipped out the bed. Well, he was on the stream when I destroyed my already destroyed bed.
You destroyed your llama core bed?
Broken. What was that?
You destroyed the llama core bed?
No, I destroyed the Pumpkin King bed. Well, it destroyed itself. You didn't see that? It melted. It burned up. It did the classic ANET start on fire thing. But I was going to pull the plug off of it and resolder it. And when I went to pull the plug off of it, the soldering was so weak on the board that it just popped the whole.
You want me to show your pictures, man?
No, if you want. Yeah, then that's just the RSD as we can go.
Anyway.
I normally delete people's pictures after I have them on, but I never deleted yours.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so that like it's been rocking. So I like, are you on the pro or the standard version? I got the very first standard version that arrived in the States. Besides the beta.
Well, ain't you special?
Yes, I am. Sharp Plus special, I know.
Special needs special, yeah.
Yeah, Sharp Plus special, yeah. No,
you went to school on the little bus, didn't you?
Sorry?
You went to school on the little bus, didn't you?
I did. That with my Thomas the Tank Engine and lunch bag, yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, I used to walk to school.
Like the little buses.
I went to school. I walked to school. We don't have school buses where I come from. We walk to school. We're real men. I'm sorry. We walked to school.
No, you didn't have school buses because they didn't want them to be turned into bombs.
No, that's the north of Ireland, not the south. Wrong region. Sorry. Nice try. Come again.
North Ireland. Ireland. What's the difference between North and South Ireland? That's like saying Connecticut and
a lot. There is a lot different.
One's England, one's Ireland. That's the difference.
What?
There's under prints. Jerry has some of the images. He's going through there. That's the RSD printing. That's my longer. That's my 10 log IDEX. I have a couple of IDEX printers. So
no, what's the print?
They're little chameleons.
Oh, all right.
There's
cool.
Jeeps.
I like the Jeeps. Those are cool looking.
These are old pictures, so he's probably got a lot more done.
Well, I've over 900. I've over 900, and that's the RSD going again with something different. Yeah, but I have over 900 toys printed so far.
I have physically walked to school with duct tape shoes. More than one.
That is go back one, Jerry.
Okay, I have cross country skied to school.
That is the
that would be that's a bonus.
Yeah, 15 miles.
That's the new one from Creality, the Ender 2 Pro.
Oh, cool.
Of course, I was also the kid who slept in my tent behind the school in the middle of winter because I didn't want to go home.
With a rifle.
Yeah.
No, pistol, 22.
Okay.
22 pistol.
Yeah, rabbit hunting.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna hunt in Alaska with that? All you're gonna do is piss anything off that you can
rabbit.
shoot at.
Rabbit. The 22 will take out a rabbit easily.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking bears and moose. And...
No.
You don't even know your bear.
22s They're 22s are an awesome anti-bear round. You shoot your friend in the knee and run.
Yeah. Shoot your friend in the knee and run.
I don't have
to outrun a bear. I don't need to outrun the bear. All I need to do is outrun you.
I don't. It's not my job, but I print all the time.
You got somebody popping in?
Not yet.
Okay, I thought I heard a beat.
No.
Must be something.
I walked my head. No, actually, not for us. Actually, when we cross the border, it's all the same. We all use kilometers.
Yep.
We use real measurements. Sorry.
So my brother hands me this and says, "Make another one of these or two on the CNC." And I'm like, "Why would I do this on the CNC when I can just slap it on a piece of oak with my router and the guide and just go around it and be done in 5 minutes?"
Yeah, but it's more cool to do it on the CNC.
No, it's really not.
Well, actually, for that shape, you're better off actually to make it straight and bend it, steam the wood and bend it. It'd be stronger.
You won't be able to bend oak like this.
You
Yeah,
want
you
to bet?
can.
My dad's a
You
carpenter.
wanna
He
bet?
used to do it.
Well,
You can do it.
My father was a carpenter, and you'd bend oak. You can, but you have to
I know
steam
you
it.
bend oak. I've seen bent oak before.
My
More than once.
father, when he was
I don't-
15 years of age, he
Put
was
it this
he
way,
was
I
building
don't
boats.
have any equipment that'll bend oak like that.
Oh, right. No, but he used to be
2x4,
boats.
shag carpet, a steamer.
No, but what he used to do is to bend the wood for the boats. He would actually have he had a river nearby, a shallow river, like a deep stream, right? And he'd actually put the wood in the stream and put rocks in the center and weigh down both ends and leave it there for a few days. And after a few days, the wood is bent because the water would actually soften the wood and bend it.
Yeah, well,
That's how he used to do it.
We around here, like if you go in New London, it's an old port town, and there's a bunch of those. I always call them turret houses, where they got the widow's walk and the round walls on one corner. It's like a little turret, and it's got the widow's walk up on top, so they could, the wives can see the husbands come in on the ships back in 1800s.
Tell the other guy, hurry up, leave the house.
They all have round walls, so we were constantly bending trim to go around it. But that's just a little steamer, you take standard everyday trim and you steam it.
You just get a pipe.
Something this thick. This is like 2.
No, you can do it with that too. You can do it with that.
Just takes longer.
You just need to get a 4-inch pipe.
Yep.
Well, like a 4-inch steel pipe, like some old gas line pipe or whatever.
Yeah.
And seal it up, boil water, and put it in there, and then leave it in there for a couple of hours. It'll bend after that.
I got a steamer. I got an 8-foot steamer.
Yeah. Well, I've done jerry rig steamers for when you want to bend some material like that.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Well, mine's homemade. It's a wallpaper steamer actually.
Okay.
I put the pipe into you put the tube into a pipe, and you just cap it off and leave it there. You put a couple of vents so it can keep pushing the steam through, and every hour you add a little more water to it.
Yeah. I've done it over
an hour
a fire and stuff as well. But yeah, it works great.
But
it just takes longer. The thicker the wood is longer.
Put it this way, this isn't bent. This is just cut.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying you could bend it. It would make them way stronger because the grain would follow along with it rather than the grain.
I could just slap this on a piece of oak I got out in the garage, and I could take my router with the guide bit and then sand it a little bit and mount it on the freaking chair and get it the hell out of my garage.
Is this Yusu, right?
Yep.
That's their PLA, yeah.
Yeah, they've been sending me a lot of their Amazon returns because they're nice.
And there's nothing wrong with it either.
Yeah, well, this one it comes with an extra
MK8 nozzle. Yeah,
got a nozzle. Sometimes they have needles. This is an Amazon return that has not been opened for some reason. Somebody ordered it and didn't like it, but their filament prints great.
Whose filament is that?
Yusu.
Never tried that.
YOUSU. It's good material.
YOUSU. They're on Amazon.
You know that GST crap everyone was buying for a while? You get 10
GST 3D, yeah.
Yeah, I have a bunch of it.
For like $70 or $80 or whatever
you can get 10 spools for $90 now.
Whatever. Mike Auto Drop freaking bought a whole bunch, like cases of it. And when I went to pick up some stuff from him that got transferred, blah, blah, I went to his house and he had a whole bunch of them. He just got in the cases that day. And I took one of the rolls, gave him $10 and took one of the rolls. Stuff prints beautiful. I mean,
it does. Yeah, it's
I want more.
And the way you were talking, I thought you were going to dump all over it, but yeah, it prints.
No, it prints beautiful. I had no
problem. Powdery dust all over it. I ordered 10 that were like $100, and then they jacked their price up to like 120, 130. Then they come back down a little.
Come back anytime.
I think I paid $109.
That's how much I got left. Yeah. I want more.
Yeah.
Guys, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't been here before, like JB and so on. Please, anybody who's new, subscribe, and ding that bell.
It's the perfect prototyping, like cheapo filament. If you want to just, like, I've been building, believe it or not, vacuum tubes for the shop vac. For vacuuming, I want proper tubes, not the crap that comes with the. So I've just been like testing the fits and how to make them all work together and get the right diameter and blah blah blah. So I'm printing a buttload of these towers. That's how I burned up the bed. But yeah, I mean, it's what, like, they actually just had a sale again. I saw it on Facebook or something. It was like $7.99 if you bought 12 rolls or something.
I don't like white filament, but I bought all white because I want to print my R2D2 if I ever do it out of all white.
Yeah. He bought all this silvery gray. It's like a...
Surprised you didn't get all orange.
I don't know.
Yeah, they have some good stuff. And now and again, I've seen people, even today, some people complain now and again that they get lumps in the filament. And like, they're pumping out so much material at this point. You're going now and again, stuff is going to happen, right? But
solid and hard.
No, PLA plus is good stuff.
Nice finish and everything.
Yeah,
the scene, but I wasn't really trying for a good scene. I was just doing it fast.
That's
but yeah, no, I didn't have any problem with it. I was surprised how good it was.
Yeah, no, it's good, and it's like for $100 you get 10 spoons of filament.
What?
Yeah, free shipping.
We have tornado warnings next week.
We had them on Saturday. We had 2 last week alone.
They're saying Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this stuff is a different story.
What's that?
This is that Polyterra, like, bio better PLA crap. And it prints really well, but don't print it on Build Tack or any of the, like, TH3D beds. Use glue stick. Because it likes it a lot.
Oh, it's like PETG. It likes to bond.
Yeah, it's like PETG on glass. It don't come off.
No, I haven't. But so hopefully this time next week I'll have.
Put it this way: that's not glue stick residue. That's the crap that when I popped it off, it wouldn't come off. I'm gonna have to scrape that and sand it to get it off. And it's the second time. The first time I thought I was just too close to the bed or something, and yeah, no.
Hey Dennis, how are you? And the link is in chat, Dennis. If you want to join us here, let me paste it in again. If anyone wants to come and join, I can have 2 more people in here. The link is there in chat.
It is a cool material, though. It's like flat matte, and it feels heavy, too. Like heavier than normal PLA.
What was that guy in the cartoons? You could only see his eyes and his nose over the wall.
Kilroy.
Yeah. So Llama is the opposite of Kilroy. In Kilroy, you can only see the top of his head. In Llama, you can see the top of his head.
You know what Kilroy was? I never realized that. We used to do Kilroy when I was younger. I never realized what actually Kilroy was. During the Second World War, First World War. I'm going to be factoid man now. This is really quite interesting. That's why I think it's funny.
To you.
Kilroy was something you wrote on a wall entering a town during the war to say you've been through and the Germans aren't there. It was safe of Germans. Like if you were in France, some of the towns were taken over by Germans, and the Germans were living there, and some of them they weren't, I guess, or some, that's even before my ancient time. But from what I understand, the Kilroy symbol was to show whether Germans were in there or not.
I'm sorry, you can't say it was before your time. We all know you're as old as dirt. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that Karen said Mr. Wilson, next door neighbor.
That was the age of dinosaur pass. I mean, what do you want from me?
Oh, by the way, this is a very good point out of Kieran. He says, what? You're not using blue tape? Using glue stick?
I don't know if it would stick to blue tape. I haven't tried it. That's a good thought. I should try some blue tape. I don't have any more blue tape.
What? So you basically bought everybody a blue tape in the country is what you did, right?
I was doing resin and I used up the last of my blue tape out in the garage today.
So you actually missed the very beginning of that whole history on Kilroy, because it actually was James J. Kilroy who was a riveter, who inscribed it on the machinery because people were taking credit for his work. The GIs noticed it, were confused by it, and they started using it for what you said.
Oh, okay. I still think that's wicked interesting, cool.
It is, yeah.
So when I was a kid, we used to put it like you could buy stickers, like Kilroy was here, freaking sticker.
Yeah.
Also,
Some of our military equipment that was shipped to Japan already had it inscribed on it because James inscribed it to prove he did the work.
Because the other thing we used to use them for, they used to make them out of plastic back in the 70s for like bookmarks that we all used to use in school because you'd flip to the page with his little nose and hand hanging over it. It was like a bookmark thing.
What are you going to say, Jerry?
All slang or everything that we say or kid stories, whatever, Ring Around the Rosies, whatever it may be, has a backstory that goes way back. That has
even further than we think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and usually like bizarre, weird beginnings.
Yeah. And then it's a common word to us for whatever, but yeah.
Well, you know where Ring and Rosie comes from, right?
Which
from the plague.
We want to know.
Yeah, I figured
the problem is there's actually multiple different theories on that one.
Yeah, well, they say it's from the plague. Well, the reason why is they have like a pocket full of posies, as people used to carry posies around and hold it to their face to mask the smell of death during the Black Plague of the rotting bodies. And the first sign of the plague was like you're sneezing, like you had a cold. Hence, with tissue, we all fall down. Which means you fall down dead after. It's a sign you got the plague.
When COVID first came out, a few people messaged me and they go, "Hey, I've seen that in a movie from 10 years ago." I said the term COVID-19 has been around for a very long time. This is a strain of it. So you haven't heard about this until now, but that word has been around for years.
Oh, we have a celebrity coming in.
Uh-oh.
Sergio.
Hey, what's going on?
Sergio. What's going on, guys?
I don't care what Lama says. You look great without glasses on.
I was just about to say something about that because he made that statement the last time.
Yeah, but none of us did any attention to that, man. It's okay.
Yeah, one of those, you get it would be like Liam without his hat. It just wouldn't be right.
No, that was
Roland without a raccoon.
I broke my glasses and haven't had time to go and get a new pair yet.
Blue tape.
That's what super glue is.
Tape them together or put the big wad of glue in the middle.
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
The Band-Aid, yep. Classic Band-Aid in the middle of your glass nose bridge. That's a good one.
No, the super glue. You don't have any super glue?
I glued it too many times already. It broke during COVID, and they weren't open, so you couldn't get glasses. So I went and I finally went and got my my exam, and I had to get so I got my contacts. In the meantime,
dude, why don't you just take the lenses out and 3D print yourself a pair of glasses?
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
I've done it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I know you can, Sergio. You have the technology.
I have the technology. I'm busy printing other stuff, okay?
No.
What are you printing now?
Right now, I am printing. Hold up. I'll show you. It's better I show you on.
Sure.
Hold on.
Just share screen with me.
I'm sorry. He looks like the classic mafia dude from like a mafia movie. From
Actually, here, let me make you full screen again, okay? Okay. What is that for?
For your the steel sheets.
The beds.
Oh, okay.
It took me a minute, but I got it. It's for the beds.
So it's like an ejector.
So that's one side. This is the side that actually you push the button and the sheet comes out about that far.
Okay.
Cool.
And the other side is already put together, and it's right there. So you adjust these, you put them at the right length, and you stick them underneath the table, like he's got there. And you can keep going with this. You can put as many as you want. You can put 10, 20 sheets.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What if you have printers with different size beds?
You just split them at different depths.
Because I've got one Prusa and 3 Bears.
They're all the same bed.
They're all the same bed, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a lot of 300 by 300s, but I have some other sizes as well. So
yeah, you could probably make one of these, and just modify it.
Yeah, they come in different sizes.
that's a cool idea, actually. But for me, most of the time, I take the part off the bed, pop it, and slide it back in, and just go again.
Yeah, it just goes right back on the printer for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a lot of extra sheets. That's the thing. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a total, 6. No, more. There's 3 here. So it's 3, 4, 5. Actually,
why so many? Were they on sale Black Friday?
No.
It's Sergio. Why do you ask?
There are some others that I bought that I wanted to experiment with. Like these are not Prusa, obviously.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see how well they work, because they're a lot less expensive.
Okay.
And they do work.
I'm not part of Team Orange, so I can't speak about Prusas.
I have 9 different TH3D EasyFlex sheets, not including the 3 I have for the 410 by 410.
All of my printers run with the stock beds, and I've never had a problem with any of them.
I have destroyed stock beds. I have, thanks to PETG, had sparring on glass beds.
No.
PEI sheets work great for me.
I've never had problems with getting. I've never had personally. I've seen it happen. I personally have never had PETG damage a bed, and I've done a lot.
I have destroyed a PEI sheet as well by accidentally not having my Z-rod tightened down enough.
No. I personally have never had a bed go to date. I haven't had a bed go bad like that. And all
the PETG, I forgot to put in my Z offset. And Kieran, you need to read that closer. It didn't say anything about a catalytic converter, and it also didn't say anything about an alternator.
Yeah.
Anyways, I forgot. In my profiles, I have a lot of them. All I do is shift my Z offset. Everything else is almost exactly the same.
Yep.
And I forgot to switch my profile from PLA to PETG, and it was a big piece. And it bonded with the borosilicate plate.
You were too close to the bed. No, I've used glue stick. No, I wouldn't say I use glue stick on PETG.
I don't.
Oh, I do.
The only time I use any adhesives is when I'm printing TPU. I print it on the back side of a flex sheet, so it's raw steel. And I put a couple drops of Vision Miner on it and move along.
I print TPU on a glass bed, no problem.
I don't have any glass beds anymore.
Oh, yeah. No, I have a couple.
Hey, Betty.
But I have this new G10. I have the G10 I'm going to try out. Hey, Betty.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. You need to get it thick enough. If you get it too thin, it's going to be too flexible. So
I got the 16. I got exactly what Maker Muse said to get.
1.5 millimeters, what he was recommending.
1/16 of an inch, correct?
Yeah. 1.5 or bigger or thicker. 1.5 gives you some flex. Anything over that makes it a solid bed. Anything less than that is too flex. But if you go to 0.5 mil and you attach it to a steel sheet, like you glue it onto a steel sheet, now you get a flexible steel with that surface. So
I'm not going to do that at all. I don't want it that flexible because one of the reasons I'm trying it out is to see if I can help counteract the warp I have in all my heat beds.
Yeah, because it's so solid material, it should be pretty flat.
Exactly.
Thunder from the 1930 movie
that I've ever used right here.
That's Lama trying to do a song for Kieran, "Toy Me Kangaroo" by Ralph Harris.
This is definitely the best TPU bed surface I've ever used. Right here.
What's that?
It's a TH3D cheapo, whatever. It's actually polycarbonate, I guess, is what it actually is. It's like I want to say it's a Build Tack knockoff, but it's not because Build Tack's way softer than this. Totally different material, but it's, the same idea. But I actually like Build Tack. Yeah, it's the same thing. He just makes them black now. God, I want more of those. I like the blue better than this. The texture that was on the blue that's not on the black was way better.
Llama, what size?
300.
I've got
send these
6.
pieces.
I have 6 of those blue tacks in 235.
Yeah, I don't have anything 235.
And I'm never going to use them.
I'll send you these.
Dude, use it for TPU.
No.
It's the best.
I have a
TPU
system.
ever.
I have a system that works, and it works great.
That's fine. Don't do it right. Do it. No. I'm just kidding.
I'll also send you this. Now, originally when I bought this, it was supposed to be for PLA, I think, with no heat. It's supposed to be able to stick to this.
PLA will stick to that with no heat, just not well. It's the same thing, right?
Just try it. No, this is different. This was a different sheet that I picked up, and I couldn't remember exactly the. Anyway, this was supposed to go on the Creality machine that I sent to Dan. But I'll send you these if you want them.
Yeah. Are they 300s?
Yeah.
Oh, smashing.
Okay.
Dude, thinking of that, you have a box that was supposed to be at your house on Monday, and it's still not there.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the. I literally checked the tracking today, like an hour before the stream, and it says it's in the post office.
Well, just
So
so you
you'll
know,
get it
the
tomorrow.
post office is getting slower and slower, and they've announced they're actually going to slow stuff down.
Oh my God, it's terrible. I have a package that's supposed to
I
be
hope you do.
from Nevada,
That's
Betty
a lovely
Boop.
red.
from Las Vegas.
That is a serious red. I like that.
Hey, Betty Boop, it just came in the mail about 10 minutes
What
ago.
brand did you say that was? Yo-yo or
Yusu,
Yosu.
Youusu.
Yosu silk filament that prints great.
Yeah, I've
That's
used them.
cool.
I've used a lot of their materials. I like it. I
I'll
have
tell
some of
you
their
what.
TPUs, of some of their PETG.
Yeah.
It
That
prints great.
Goro super cheap TPU I use all the time. That stuff's awesome. It
I
just
just
prints
bought a
really well.
roll of this is PLA carbon fiber. I have PET G carbon fiber, and it prints beautifully. I wanted to try the PLA because I want to print the I want to print
You want to see that?
for a Glock.
That's an atomic filament
Yeah.
spool.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can tell just by looking at the spool.
Well,
You don't have to do that.
there's one thing I will say. Adding carbon fiber to PLA
Is pointless.
does nothing for PLA.
Yeah, it makes it
It does
worse.
nothing for PETG either, because it's
No, it does
dust.
nothing for any
You
of them.
need more than dust.
Carbon fiber is dust, and carbon fiber is only strong, really strong, when you have continuous strand.
I don't
And
know.
oriented
I
the right
have
way.
to disagree. I've printed a lot of stuff that I needed to be strong, and I've had no problem with it.
CNC Kitchen, Maker's Muse, and another guy all did strength tests with PETG and PLA having carbon fiber, and there was no difference.
No,
Really?
They usually made it weaker.
Continuous carbon fiber makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's where
why.
carbon fiber strength comes from. Continuous molecule.
One
molecular
exception,
structure.
there is an exception. If you're using if you sinter it, it is actually stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is
you
Because
can,
at that point, you're getting rid of some of the plastic, so the carbon fiber can fuse.
you
But
can anneal it or something too.
Okay,
Line
that may be
it
true.
or, I don't know.
But I tell you what, it prints beautifully, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
it does. It looks
Perfect.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love my atomic filament PLA with carbon fiber.
But if you get continuous carbon
But
fiber
it's
in
not
that
any
and you do a
stronger.
comparison, there's no comparison.
Who got that printer?
Raise 3D does. I think Raise does carbon fiber.
Tom Sandlander
There is-
had one, didn't he?
Liam, there is an exception to this, and I do apologize. Maybe this may apply for Sergio. The impregnated filament with the carbon fiber does handle heat better.
Better, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I would see that because it's a carbon addition. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Actually,
that was one of the reasons why I printed out all the
different.
fan ducts out of the carbon fiber PET G.
You
And
know, I print half my fan ducts if I'm doing a fan duct out of PLA, and they've never melted on me
I've never had a problem with my PLA fan duct
because they're actually moving so much air through them anyway. They're not going to get hot.
I had
That's
one. I
Wow.
had one melt in just PET G. I had one
I-
melt on the.
I've had one melt, but I was printing nylon.
Yeah.
Okay,
here's
now
the
I
thing.
understand
If you're
because it's
printing
way hotter.
PLA with a PLA fan duct, you're going to be fine. If you're
Or
printing
PETG.
if you're printing PETGs and stuff and using low fan speeds or no fan, you are going to melt the PLA fan duct because there's no airflow going through it.
Yep.
Actually, mine hasn't melted on my Ender 5. I put one on the Ender 5 Plus, and it hasn't melted in over a year, and it's PLA.
Have you actually done measurements to make sure you don't have any deflection happening?
Yes, and I've actually printed, and I use that machine only for PETG.
Because I know
And
mine.
And with my PETG profile, unless I'm doing bridging or overhangs, I use zero fan.
If I print it using pure, just normal PLA, not PLA Plus or anything else like I normally use, I have found over time that ducting on mine will start to droop a little. But after months.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying yes, I understand it does. I'm just saying in my one instance on my Ender 5 Plus, I've got it's been a year and it's never sagged. It's because I broke the original one, right? When I first up the printer, I damaged it. So I printed a new one on a different printer.
Was it direct replacement or was it?
Llama disappeared. It was direct replacement, the exact same model part. I printed one, I plugged it in, and it's fine.
Right. So, what does the Ender 5 have as a?
But I'm just saying,
if it has what I think it has for the cooling, then yeah, of course you don't have any issues with it because it's hardly anything there.
No, the cooling's okay in that machine, but I printed without cooling on for PETG most.
No, my point is the duct isn't right up next to the nozzle like some of the other ones that we're using.
It's a slightly modified one. It actually wraps a little bit.
Okay.
Where did you go?
I have no idea, dude. It was like lightning hit my house.
He changed his shirt.
My whole
lightning hit his house.
room, my
No,
stereo.
Terry, lightning hit his house. He changed his underwear.
No, that was like bizarre, dude. There was like I heard like staticky, like that zappy sound, and just everything in my room went under.
It was me making sure you didn't bother responding.
Stereo,
anyways,
my printer, the lights flashed, everything. It was bizarre.
Llama, what does Bizappy sound like?
The zap. There you go, Sergio or Jerry's got it.
Did you feel the tingle?
No, I didn't, but it was freaking weird. Like my phones, my iPad's not even plugged in, and it did it. It was like a electromagnetic pulse went through my house or something. It was weird.
If an EMP went through your house,
nothing ever worked anymore. But that's the kind of reaction.
Yeah, there was a surge of some form. Yeah,
every single electronic went down for like 10 seconds.
But you're still functioning. How come it didn't affect you?
What's that?
I said you said every single electronic was affected. I said, how come this didn't affect you?
I'm not electronic. I'm all stainless steel.
Yeah, we don't believe you.
I'm solid mechanics.
Hey, what's up with these prints on Twitter where they got a circle or a triangle on the black face? What's that?
Oh, that is the Squid Games.
What is that? I've been watching.
It's a South Korean show that's on Netflix, and it's a 6 or 7 part miniseries, and it's about it's kind of like what's it called? What's something games? What was the one where they could go into the arena and kill each other? What was that called?
Deathmatch?
No. So it was they'd pick all these people.
Oh, Hunger Games.
It was a bit like Hunger Games, but it's actually people who are down in their luck are offered or asked to come to play in this game, and they realize when they get there that if they lose the game, they die. And it starts out with a big crowd, and all the way, as you go through it, the number of people are thinned out all the way down. But it's about winning big money. That whoever wins it gets obscene amount of money. But it's actually interesting. It's a bit strange, but it's an interesting set. I've seen them all. I've watched the series.
So the blackface with the symbol on it is the people who are actually officiating the game.
They're the guy. Well, the guys with the red hoods and the symbol, like the square, like the.
I'm looking at a still shot of the movie, and I see them.
And
they're all carrying guns where the contestants aren't.
The guy with the low poly mask then is kind of like the ringmaster, the guy that runs those guys.
Okay, which I've seen a bunch of those prints as well.
Yeah.
So what channel is it on?
It's on
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's it called?
Squid Games.
Squid Game.
Yeah. And
basically, they took childhood playground games.
Yeah.
And made them deadly.
Yes.
Okay.
You lose, you die. But it's interesting though. It's an interesting show. I watched this. It's a bit weird in parts, but I think it was good. But it's all dubbed into English, unless you want to listen to it in subs in Korean.
It's hard to watch a show and read subtitles while you're watching the show.
Yeah.
Apparently,
it's hard.
According to Karen, apparently one of the episodes had a actual phone number in it.
Yeah, 5,000 calls in a day the person got.
8675.
It's the one thing about most other countries other than the US. In the US, when you receive a call, you pay for it, right? You pay in minutes. In Europe, if someone calls you, they pay. You don't. You only pay when you call out. You don't pay to receive.
I don't pay to receive.
I thought that's the way it is here. No.
No.
It used to be then at some point here.
Yeah, the old cell phones you paid in or out.
Yeah, unless you had the AirTouch plan, which made the caller pay.
Right.
Yeah, well, in Europe they never had anything like that. It was always you only paid when you called out, never when you received, ever.
I thought there was a time in Europe where if you even just picked the phone up, you were being charged.
No, not that I know of. So what else is everybody working on?
I found a picture of you on your YouTube channel. I snipped it and I'm going to modify it. That's what I'm currently working on.
Okay, so Jerry's about to make fun of me. Okay. That's okay, Jerry.
All right, so he's just catching up to me then.
Hey, Steven, how are you?
I'm getting ready to log out so I can go eat dinner and maybe sleep for once.
What's for dinner?
Spicy sausages, peppers, and other things.
Oh, cool.
I was going to say it was a trash can because he's a trash
I had a Irish dinner today. Bacon and cabbage. Can. That's what I had today. I had bacon and cabbage for dinner today.
Oh, I was going to say, if it had potatoes in it, that's not actually Irish, but okay.
What do you mean? Potatoes are not Irish?
No.
But they're part of every meal for us now.
Yeah, but
potatoes are not Irish.
Poland or something?
Nope.
Where are they from? Come on, factoid man.
Spanish country. Where are potatoes originally from?
Potatoes in Ireland is like rice in China.
Yeah.
During
Peru. They're from Peru.
During the famine, people died during the famine in Ireland because there was no potatoes.
Because the strain of potato that they were using was susceptible to a bacteria.
Yes, but without having them, that was the main staple of their diets. Like
they had to bring in other tubers.
They couldn't because they were under British rule and they didn't control that.
But yeah, Peru is where potatoes are actually from.
So it is a big. It has always been a stable, one of the biggest stable. Dennis says they're not. They're from Ohio or Idaho. Sorry.
You're a hoe.
No, because potatoes have been around longer than we've had Peru in the
Yes, it's modern day Peru, whatever it was back then.
No,
Yeah,
Peru is in South America.
Yes. The wild potato species originating in modern day Peru can be found throughout the Americas, Canada, southern Chile, and Ireland.
Yeah, but potatoes were around long before Europeans.
Originating in what is called modern day Peru. It wasn't actually Peru then. It's okay, Llama. I know you're old. You can't grasp English sometimes.
No, but we discovered America, South America. The Europeans discovered.
No, they were there before you went there. You didn't discover them. They were there before.
Potatoes were in Europe long before we came to Americas.
Potatoes were domesticated approximately 7,000 to 10,000 years ago.
Okay, Llama, you can't say you discovered them. They were there before you got there.
So how did they come from Peru for us if we hadn't even been to Peru yet? The version we're using today may be from Peru, but there was potatoes in Ireland and Scotland.
Potatoes were introduced to Europe from the Americas in the second half of the 16th century by the Spanish.
I would.
Potatoes were like a staple, like long before medieval times.
Tubers were, but not the potatoes as we know them.
Tubers.
Yeah. like carrot and parsnip. They're all those tubers.
Parsnip is a tuber, yep.
Yep.
Now, I have a whole bunch of heirloom potato seeds. I've actually been meaning to grow them again.
Yeah.
Yep, Karen's right. Originally from South America.
Really? That's news to me. Learn something new every day.
Of course, so corn, what we eat, what we call corn, is not what corn really was.
No, it's not even close.
No, that's definitely.
And
what we call corn today is all GMO. The original corn looked nothing like what we call corn today.
No. You want to hear a funny story about corn?
Go on.
Me and my cousin used to live together. We're talking mid 80s. And this is corn farms everywhere around here, little local family, rinky-dink, couple acre farms everywhere around here. Anyways, we're driving down this long place. We just left Devil's Hop Yard at the state park. We'd been puffing and drinking, and we were a little, out there. And we're driving down this road, and we look over, and there's cornfield. It's like prime, this time of year, a little earlier, prime corn country, time of year. And he looks at me, and I look at him, not even said a word. He just pulls over. We run in the cornfield, and we grab a couple of ears of corn. We didn't grab a bunch, just a couple, 3 ears of corn. It's like,
we're going to have corn.
Wow. Brought it home, opened it up, looked at it, and went, oh, crap. It was cattle corn. We tried cooking that anyways. Have you ever tried cooking cattle corn? You boil it for like 4 hours, and it's still hard as a rock. It just never boils down.
What was it? The majority of corn grown in the U.S. is actually field corn.
Yeah.
Liam,
cattle corn now.
Sure.
You've been to China, right?
You have to grind it.
Yep.
Okay, I thought so because I found a picture here. I think this is you.
Well, you created a picture. You didn't find a picture.
Take a look at that.
Yeah. And field corn is.
All right, here we go. This is Jerry's version of
silage, ethanol,
Photoshop.
and other things.
Are you ready? Squatty potty.
What,
Anyway,
what,
I thought it was funny.
I don't get it other than that was kind of funny.
Actually, I have used those.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've used the squatty potties.
Just the tone of voice, Jerry.
Hey, Mika, Steve, how are you?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, what's the point of that? I don't. And I'm sorry, I've used a porta potty at a concert before, and that's exactly how you use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you squat, you don't sit.
You hover.
Exactly.
But the These
Like women
are
do.
actually at floor level. There is
Yeah, I know.
nothing to sit on.
Yeah.
So you
Liam,
have to have good aim.
I'm too tall for those.
It's kind of like going into the bathrooms here. Like there's a couple of like race tracks around here, little rinky-dink race tracks. And they all have the troughs for peeing in. There's no urinals. You just got a big long trough and everyone
What happens on?
pees in the big bucket.
Yeah, but I've used those.
He said he was going for dinner.
Yeah, okay. Because he kind of went in. He's went in and out and just disappeared. So
Yeah.
I didn't hear what he was
Well,
saying.
he was saying he was going to dinner. But
Yeah.
He's probably trying to get out and say goodbye when I was flapping my jaw.
So Jerry, you grabbed that image from my setup when I talked about the telescopes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually going to do another one of those, a better one, but I need to get the good weather. We have some horrible weather coming our way. Hey John, how are you?
Then I use the Trace app, and I go to Sticker Mule, use Trace app.
There's a link if you want to jump in, John.
Hey, John.
I'm trying to find a space picture to put that in.
Yeah. So Kieran, you're in the office today, aren't you? I'm assuming he is because he hasn't jumped in yet. Fitting arrival photo for you.
Arrival?
Okay.
What are you arriving at?
I don't know what Kieran is getting at. Guys, I'm just going to go get some water. Give me a second, okay?
Okay.
Woo! Party time! Cake party at Astro.
Jared,
Yeah.
I meant to ask you, your 3D HP, what does the HP stand for?
3D Hobby Projects.
Oh, okay. 3D Hobby Project. Okay.
Or you could say hobby printing, but I usually think hobby projects. That way it covers almost everything.
Yep.
Gotcha. Llama, what did you send me? Or is it a surprise?
Not really a surprise, but why ruin the fun of what the surprise is?
True. All right. I'll wait.
Okay. Has Lama been behaving himself?
Absolutely not.
Good man. Good man. If you did, I'd be worried.
Hey, what's that?
The hell would I do that for?
I just acquired it's a late 1800s 22 rifle, single shot.
Oh, nice.
It's in immaculate condition.
Sweet.
Okay, here's a better one.
No rust, nothing on it?
I'm kind of upset. I went downstairs to clean my father's old brown Besses. He used to have 2 Revolutionary War
It's like,
replica.
Where's Waldo? Who sees Liam?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It's too small to see anything. There he is, squatting. Wow.
That's good. I like that.
He's waiting to go to work.
I like that. I wish I was working there.
My brothers took him. I didn't even know it.
Anyway, anything can be faked.
Yes. Well, I like. Yeah, I wish I could work there.
I mean, by looking at that, there's no way you can say he's not in front of that gate.
You know
You
what
can.
it's missing? It's
You can
missing
see
a
the
poop
outlines that
emoji
are
down
not
there.
right.
It needs
What
a
happened with
poop
Jerry
emoji.
now? Jerry's disappeared now.
Yeah, he's just an old man like me. He just clicked on the wrong window.
He's been doing that. Yeah, he's done that a few times.
He clicked on the wrong window. I know exactly what he did just by the way it happened. It needs a poop emoji though, right underneath your butt. A little poop emoji, all smiling and everything.
Don't give him ideas.
I'm a happy poop because I'm at freaking whatever.
At Starbase.
SpaceX station or whatever it is.
That's Starbase. That's the
Starbase.
SpaceX location in Boca Chica, Texas.
Yeah.
I clicked the wrong button.
We know.
Yeah, we figured that.
Anyway, yeah, the picture looks pretty good, so that's more appropriate.
What's up, tripod?
Has anybody noticed? Is Liam the only one that pauses? I see it occasionally where his video will freeze. Has anybody else been doing that, chat?
What?
I haven't seen anybody pausing personally.
Well,
I see like weird stutters tonight.
Liam freezes occasionally. He's like,
yeah, I've seen him freeze occasionally, but more stuttery.
But what?
Like stutters.
Are you talking about Jerry?
yeah.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, we can know.
So,
Stutterer.
so Jerry, what do you want me to print on that small resin printer?
What's that?
What do you want me to print on a small 2K resin printer I got to unbox?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
I thought you're our resin guru, so.
Well, I'm not a guru, but it depends what you want to print.
Take the title. You got it.
Print something that you'll like. Print something that you'll like and you can actually use.
Well, yeah.
I print statues and heads and things like that. So
I did that for a while, and then I ran out of shelf space.
yeah,
I'm being flagged down. I got to go. I'll see you.
All right, man.
Take care, Sergio. Have a
Thank
great
you for
evening.
popping in. Take care.
Bye to everybody in chat.
Take care.
Take care.
We'll have
Bye.
that box tomorrow, I hope. I'm supposed to be there Monday.
Yeah. So John's still working on his laser.
God.
As I said, I'll be getting one of those lasers in a few weeks. Jim is trying to come in, but he's not loading.
I got to turn my camera.
Notice
Yeah. Okay.
We hear you.
everything.
He has to set up his cameras. Give him a moment.
Camera. Jeez.
There he is.
Well, there he's not. His room is there.
What's going on?
I forgot to turn the camera on.
How's life?
Good. I just got home, ordered pizza, feeding the little guy upstairs, and the wife is still in Miami or in West Palm Beach. She's flying home Saturday. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So while you're up here working, she's enjoying herself in the sun.
Well, she went down for a funeral, so and then her friend, it was her best friend's hubby passed away of COVID.
I was just picking on you.
And
That's
so,
all right,
and then they asked her to stay for a week, and I said that's fine. I can handle Ethan myself for a week. So we've been doing good.
Yeah, my wife's leaving on like the 21st, going to Texas for a week. Her dad is flying her down for her nephew's wedding, so she'll be gone.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah.
She's welcome to stay longer and enjoy Texas if she likes, but only for a week.
Only for a week.
Cool.
Hey, Kieran.
So how is your you've been doing some background work on the rat rig?
Oh yeah, I
see.
got the wiring kind of tidied up here. On the back, I've got the wiring pretty much all tied up the way it's got to go, and I've started doing ground cables. So I've started grounding. I took Jason's advice. I like it, and I tapped a screw hole here on the frame.
Yeah.
And then so I'm going to have a ground from the main power to here, and then I'm grounding to my power supplies, and then I'm not sure where I ground to the board, to the main board, but I got to ground somewhere to the main board. I suppose
I think you can ground to any of the screw holes because they have a grounding wire to them. You put a bolt on there and run a wire from there out.
That's a duet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, any of the mounting screws are grounded to the board.
Yeah, you see there's a copper ring around them. That's the grounding spot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is.
Yeah. So you can ground to any of the boards, like even the Pi. It's the exact same way you can ground out of there.
Okay. And the Pi is the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to basically get the power, 5-volt power coming into the Pi through the USB, but I'm going to take Jason's advice again and solder it on the back.
Okay. I would say one thing.
Yes.
The wiring looks good, but I would not coil up the heater block wire.
No. You mean the the one going to the hot end block?
Yes, I would not coil that because that draws more current and it'll get hot. Leave it open because the wires could coiled up, they could melt.
Okay, which is this one here. Okay.
Yeah, so don't have that coiled. Find another, shorten the wire and make it tidier instead of coiling as well. Because coiled up,
is that what I'm
create a
looking at?
magnetic current and it will short.
On the right side of the power supply, I see. Is that what you're talking about? A whole bunch of wires bundled up with a zip tie on them?
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
Which for the stepper drivers is okay. It's still not great, but you should always shorten instead of coil. But I coil all the time too because I'm terrible at making wires.
Yeah, but for his son is going. But for anything that draws a lot of power, and for the bed and for the hot end, you shouldn't do that because they are drawing. The bed is drawing 110 volts.
We got a kiddo.
Can't you create electromagnetic field or some crap too?
No, you can't hear. Come over.
Thank you.
Come over closer. They gotta see you when you say that. Now look into the camera.
Hi.
Hello.
Hit that like button and subscribe, guys. Listen to him. He knows what he's talking about.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Coming right back.
You want some ice cream? You want some ice cream?
No. We're gonna get him in trouble with mom.
Candy
We're gonna get him in trouble with mom.
We can't hear you.
Hi. Already gave
So
you.
anyway,
So you never don't coil up anything that's drawing a high current, which would be hot ends, heated bed, power cables running anywhere. Never coil them. I've seen them fuse.
Can't you make an electromagnetic field or something by coiling?
That's what you do. You're creating a magnetic field, and they will actually get hot, and they'll fuse the cables together.
Yeah.
I've seen the sheathing on cables melt and stuff melt together in a bundle, like an extension cable that you're using at home. Always uncoil your extension cable. Don't leave it on the roller rolled up, because it could actually melt the roller. It can get so hot.
Yeah, you ain't melting any of my extension cables.
I'm just they can carry so much current they can actually melt. So
all my extension cords are all 10 and 12 gauge.
Yeah, I uncoil mine is what I do when I'm using it. Like I'm using it, like I don't have a gas leaf blower. I use an electric one, and I always uncoil my cable fully.
Yeah, with something like that you should, especially considering you're probably using like 14 or 16 gauge wire.
Yeah,
your standard extension cord. Oh, my extension cords are all 10 and 12 gauge from construction because it just.
You don't have to do it now, Tim,
because they're cheap at 100 feet, and I'm like, yeah, but you're buying 10 a year because you're just wailing on them. Yeah, I've got extension cords that are 15, 20 years old that are fine. Because I buy the big, gnarly, beefy extension cord.
The hot bed, the heated bed, and the hot end are the two you want to make sure are not coiled.
Heated bed is this white one right here, and it's not long enough.
Yeah, that's good. Well, for the one for a hot end, once you verify all the wires are good, trim it down because you coiling it up. It could it'll create it acts like
it's drawing electromagnet. It's drawing a higher current.
Yeah. And,
when it's
coiled, that will create heat, and they could fuse together and short it out.
But all the other ones, stepper motor cables and everything are
stepper
fine.
motors are very, very little power.
And yeah.
You really shouldn't coil them though. If you can coil everything down,
better.
It's just better. It's not really.
It's not an issue though for steppers. It's not that bad.
I don't care what it looks like. I'm and really one day I may trim it all down, but I was at a point where
it's a pain in the butt. Don't get me wrong. I do the same thing. I coil it up inside the box too. Because I just get tired of trying to make it fit. Or and I go to make the end and it doesn't quite go on there, and I got to trim it down again, and the end is too short, and I just get pissed off. So I make it too long and leave it.
On fam. I'm just looking at the chat.
Oh yeah, everyone's saying hi to you. Yeah, it's only the ones that draw current you want to be worried about.
That's easy enough. I mean, that's
it's not true of all wires, but still, anything that draws high current, he should.
So that's this guy right here.
Yeah, that's kind of that. Yeah, they're long.
I can bring the rest of it back up.
Yeah, for the steppers, go ahead.
These are the fan ones, but they're only drawing 5
They're drawing almost no power.
Yep.
And those I wouldn't be worried about.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, it's good to know.
Well, you don't want a fire in the house. That's why I'm
No.
Hence the recommendation.
The other thing about my extension cords is to have to worry about them being coiled up, I'd have to actually coil them up in the first place. They're usually in a pile on the floor.
Well, loose is actually, as long as they don't get snagged on anything, it's probably fine because they're not generating the heat.
I do like them neat though.
Yeah,
I can. This is ridiculously long.
Yeah, you can probably cut that down to maybe.
Cut that down to there.
Yeah,
probably. Feet off of it. Is that the hot end cable?
Yeah.
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 And again, you probably don't want that any longer than necessary because.
Well, before you do any cutting on it, make sure everything moves, and give yourself a bit of a service loop, so you have at some play, and if you need to trim stuff off or change a connector at some point, so you have some leeway, but don't cut it like.
You're saying don't cut it right now?
Well, I wouldn't. I would double check everything first before I did it and test it all.
Go for it, Tim. Go for it. Just cut it.
You know what happens when you listen to
the wrong
right?
end, Tim.
Huh?
You cut the wrong end.
Whoa! Don't do that live.
Good job.
Until it's properly broken. Damn it.
He spooked him.
Spooked me too. Maybe it's just coming through my TV.
Yeah, I know it's not the same with all wires, but it's better safe, He got you, Tim.
Little bugger.
He got you. None of us saw him coming.
You guys saw him coming?
No, we didn't until he jumped out at you.
He doesn't understand the concept of live streams yet.
Don't worry.
Hey,
He'll
Tim,
get it when you can't get him off his computer when he reaches 12
grab
or
your
14
can of
years
Coke
old.
again for me. Grab your can of Coke again. Turn it over and tell me what it says on the bottom.
No.
What it says at the bottom?
You got to turn it over and look at it. You don't hold it over your head.
It says, Mr. MR, what do you think? I'm born yesterday? Does it still say stupid on here?
I don't know. How many times have you bumped your head today?
It's still there, but it's fading, Tim. Tim, it's still there, but it's fading.
I can't drink sugar anymore. Still there, but it's fading. Let's see if I can get these pins out. I can't be
new ones. Don't even try. Just make new ones.
Yeah, but fortunately, they gave me 5 pins for this. And I don't need the other, and I don't need this outlet here. So that is normally on the main board.
Wet one.
The hot end, and then this one was the bad, but the bad's going through the SSR.
If you compress them too much, you can usually take a double-edged razor blade and bend that prong back up. Usually, not always.
It's a different plug than the JST, so it's the Duet freaking black NSA or whatever they are plugs.
All right.
I have 3 left.
So one thing I really didn't like about the Duet was the wiring and cabling and the plugs, and they're actually better plugs. It's just they're non-standard for everything.
And the other thing, I got so used to doing the crimping and everything, and I didn't have to, and Jason said it wasn't necessary, but on the stepper motors, it came with just the standard black plugs on, and I said, the heck with it, I'm going to put on all the proper plugs that came with the board, so I did. So that was an extra 28 or 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6 is 24 crimps. But I'm good at crimping now. Yeah. So what the heck?
Again, the Duet boards use a different plug, so it uses a different crimp and everything, and they're kind of a pain in the ass.
They can be. I didn't mind them.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're a better connector, actually.
And once I got the right tool to do it, it was super easy. I mean, that was probably, I don't know, that was a $30 tool, but it paid for itself.
Yep.
So.
Nice.
Okay. Now I've got to strip these wires a little.
Tim's with strippers again.
Yeah, I know. I told Maria that. I said on the stream they were telling. They were saying Maria Tim's good strippers.
What did she say to that?
She laughed. She had left the stream earlier than that. She laughed though.
I need to get going, guys. I'm gonna eat dinner, and I got a few things I need to get done.
Okay, Jerry.
So everybody have a great evening. Take care, everybody in chat, and I'll see everybody hopefully Saturday 1 o'clock.
Yep, I'll be there.
Right. Bye-bye.
My
Bye.
burned up bed.
You burned your bed?
It burned up on me. The connector burned up.
Oh, you got a short on it, maybe? Yeah.
No, it just overheated, and the actual JST connector started freaking turning black and smoking.
Oh.
And then I went to fix it, and I'm not sure if it was me or if it just got too hot and the solder started breaking loose, but it just pulled the whole, like...
Or pull the track out?
The whole circuit board and the traces and everything right off.
Oh.
So, it's useless.
Sure. Just put on a 110 volt bed now. Instead, take replace it with a 110 volt.
Yeah, just put 110 here and here on the aluminum, and the aluminum will just heat up, right?
And it'll melt on you, yeah.
Yeah, it'll melt, yeah. And sparks will fly, and I'll get an electromagnetic whatever.
No, the bed would melt first. It will actually melt and then give way.
I think
it would melt
first.
Sorry?
It'll probably pop my circuit breaker before anything.
Probably. So what's left to be done on the beast, Tim?
Basically, I'm waiting on my plug to come in for my main power. Hooking that up. The Raspberry Pi doesn't have to get hooked up in order to get it up and running. But I'll probably get that going anyways. And then software, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah. So I should be hitting my birthday target for this thing, hopefully.
So you could be printing if the plug connector comes in this week, or do you know when it's due in?
No, it was sent to me. Actually, Jason sent it to me, so it's in the mail.
Which mail is it going? USPS.
USPS.
Oh, you'll get it by Christmas next year.
Yeah,
they've gotten dismal.
You know, the one I've got will work for now. It's just I wanted a 15 amp. This is a 10 amp that I have.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, I've got one here, but it's a 10 amp, and I want to put a 15 amp in it. So this one will work for now. So,
ooh, a new frozen printer is coming out in an hour.
In an hour.
A new what?
Frozen printer.
So tell us about it.
I didn't know frozen printers were a thing. I always thought we tried to heat them up.
That's what I thought.
What do you know about it, Tim or Matt?
One. And where's my next one? So you know who's streaming on Twitch right now?
Who is?
Dan.
Royal.
Oh, he's streaming?
He's streaming on Twitch right now.
You're in Twitch.
They all say it's going to be. They're all saying it's going to be a game changer. Come on, everyone who released the printer is saying it's a game changer.
What? The printers? Yeah.
And they're not. They're the same thing. They're just putting more lipstick on the same pig.
Yep. Same with all the freaking Ender 3 clones and CR10 clones. It's like, how many times can you clone the same damn thing? Oh, it's different. It's got that same thing. They just plugged on a new little gizmo. It's still the same damn printer underneath.
Well, Joel did a belt printer from SaneSmart today.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's, to me,
interesting.
It's a clone of the CR30.
It is.
It's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a few things.
I mean, it is, but it's smaller. It's got some other features. But in reality, it is.
Yeah, SaneSmart, they haven't released it yet. They've only recently announced it.
Yeah, it's on their website right now for sale.
Pre-order.
I think it's pre-order. Yeah,
Pre-order, okay.
yeah.
I
And
won't be-
what is it? It's cheaper than the Corelli one, the CR30.
Yeah, but it's smaller too.
Not by much though.
No, but it is smaller.
Yeah, but it's
And it's completely built, which I think is nice. Not that the
yeah. You open the box, you take it out, and you stand it there. You add on. You if you get the additional conveyor rollers, you add them, and you're done.
Yeah.
There we go. We are shortened. Oh, which plug
Well,
was it? The top one or the
I mean,
bottom?
he even had problems with the bed adjuster being broken.
His was broken. I didn't see it. I didn't see his
Yeah.
stream.
He was you basically adjust the four corners of the bed like you do a regular everyday printer. It's a little different in concept, but the same method basically. But one of the adjusters was not. I have a feeling like the nut was just spinning with the bolt kind of thing, so it wasn't going up and down. He just stuck a piece of paper under it and shimmed it up to make it work.
That works.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that on a brand new printer. I mean, if I spent $700 on it and I had to stuff a piece of paper on it to make it a common adjuster work,
Well, he didn't. It was sent to him, so
I would not be happy. But yeah, his is a demo unit too. I mean, it's not a.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to go. Well, we'll be finishing around that time. If it says it's an hour, is it under YouTube or their Facebook? Are they streaming it? Matt, just let me know which one it is, because we'll finish up before that starts. If that's starting in an hour's time, we'll finish before that, so I can get over to watch the Frozen announcement. I know they've been showing it on they're half showing it on their page, like the very top of it's peeking out through a series of boxes. So I'd like to know what additions are in there. But they've been keeping it very close. It'll be on their YouTube for sure. Okay.
There we go.
Power X panel mount for USB. Okay. Kieran asked me to check out a Power X panel mount USB for you, Tim.
Power X panel mount. For USB. Interesting.
I'm checking it out now.
There. Hot end cable. Taken care of. Yay!
Oh yeah, I've seen those. They're all they are is they're little round connectors where you can actually mount up USB. You mount USB.
Oh, okay. Power X panel mount. Power.
Yeah, some of them have digital readouts. Some they do for USB. They do them for the what's the other ones? The dipole connectors and so on. They do them for a whole series of them.
So I don't know if you guys all remember when I did this like a year ago.
No.
When I first started having problems with this bed heating up real slow, this is the original stock A-net bed. I put blue tape on the bottom, and then I rubbed like automotive silicone on it, the super high temperature stuff. And it insulated the bottom of the bed really well. Like it went from having a super hot spot in the middle and the edges being stone cold to being like a 4-degree flux through the whole bed, and that was it, which is really good. And that's all I did was put blue tape down on the bed, on the back side of the bed, and then I took a tube of that 500-degree, gasket sealer crap, and I rubbed it on there and flattened it out. Then it insulated it beautifully. Like unreal.
You see that? What he's saying there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm looking at the site right now, but I don't see where. Obviously, it's an adapter. So,
What are you trying to tap a 5-volt for something?
No,
he wants me on USB power, 5-volt power to the Raspberry Pi.
I've got a separate power supply here.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Raspberry Pi.
I get what he's trying to do. Get rid of the separate power supply. It's a good idea if you can.
I want to check out.
I've got it mounted. I'm
Big
gonna
sheet of freaking aluminum now. I'm gonna cut this into the bed sled.
I'm looking at trying to find the frozen site, see if they have anything out there.
And if anybody asks, no, I haven't cut my corners on my board yet. On my Lazy Susan.
You don't need to, because you're transferring it to the table anyway, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
That's more I'll just use while you're on screen.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sure. Drop an M3 nut. There it is.
I can't find. I know. I'm not subscribed to their channel. I need to find their channel.
Oh, I do need to mark the bearing location. And the spots.
But what Tim is doing, Kieran, is he's going to wire. He's got an external power supply, a second power supply that's running off the main power. That he's going to run the 5 volts from that out.
Yeah, just so the Pi has its own dedicated power supply.
Cheap piece of crap.
Is that this? That's the bed support?
That's the ANET one, yeah. It's just stamped steel crap. It fluxes way too easy. So now that this is dead, I'm going to take my frickin' Sawzall or Jigsaw or something, trace this onto it, and cut it out of aluminum. It'll be lighter and stiffer. This is useless out for anything else. It's just sheet of 3 mil aluminum now.
You could
cut this out of that.
You could scan a copy of it, lay it on a photocopier.
Yeah, I know.
Scan in an image, put it into your CNC, and mill it out.
No, because my CNC won't. It doesn't do well with aluminum.
Because the spindle is too fast.
No, I can cut it down. I got a spindle. I just don't. I don't know it enough, and I really don't have the right bits for it. I got to get a little bit if I'm going to cut aluminum. All my bits are 2 flute wood bits. 2 or 3. You really need like a single flute and cooling and.
You need to have cooling for aluminum, yes, definitely.
Yeah, and I don't have any of that.
You can, and it needs to be good coolant for acrylic. You can cool with water, but for you need a proper coolant for aluminum, though. Yeah.
Well, if you cut slow enough, you can cut aluminum without anything but blowing air on it, but it's not great.
Yeah, but there's a high chance it'll melt and bind up your.
You gotta cut slow. You gotta run it slow, and you gotta cut it slow.
Yeah,
my spindle will run at like 500 RPM for crying out loud. I think it actually goes slower than that even, but that's too slow. But
yeah, you want to be doing about 700 or 800.
Because I still cut aluminum with a regular router, but yeah, it builds up on the blade eventually.
Yeah.
I'll just cut it with a jigsaw.
Boy, these little magnifier head things makes it so easy to read.
It doesn't have to be perfect. All locations are right.
Can you translate from yawn to English, please?
We don't speak yawn.
I gotta go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, because all I heard is.
Exactly. I'm an old bastard. I get up at 4 in the morning for crying out loud.
I'm up at 5 in the morning.
Oh, you're an hour behind me.
I'm probably in bed later than you do. I go to bed around midnight.
Yeah, I'm soon. I'm late for my bed. Although I don't really sleep. It's bizarre. It's probably midnight before I actually go to sleep. I sit there and watch TV or watch YouTube.
See you next text. Hey, how are you? You're new to the channel, I believe. I don't think I've seen you. Give a quick introduction in chat saying where you're from and so on.
He's been around before.
I haven't seen him on this channel. I don't think
I
so.
don't
Have I?
recognize that name.
You're just not as popular. That's all.
No, I'm not that popular. I know it's okay. It's my personality. I know it is.
No. That's my problem.
No, you don't have a personality. That's your problem.
Oh no, I have a personality. I definitely have a personality.
I'm just gonna go grab a
Have you guys seen Walter's new T-shirt? His wife got him.
No.
No.
No, it's rude. I won't get into it because we're trying to be semi-family friendly, but it basically says
I'm sorry.
I'm not always a jerk. Oh, who am I kidding? Go.
Yeah.
One of those.
I can fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't
really-
remember you for some reason. I'm sorry.
It's actually kind of funny. I kind of want one.
But so like we're gonna stick around for a while, but we're going to finish before the Frozen streaming kicks in, because that announcement's in an hour. It'd be nice to see what the game changer stuff is on it.
I'll be long gone. I'm gonna head out now. Actually, I think.
Okay. And I'm gonna try to find. I'm not following Frozen 3D on their on YouTube, and I can't find their channel when I'm looking.
You are freezing up a lot all of a sudden.
I am?
Yeah. Your video keeps freezing up. You're like talking away and your mouth's like wide open and just frozen. I don't know. Is it going through to the regular stream or is it just if I'm in stream? Jerry was saying something about it. I noticed it before.
Yeah, Jerry said he was seeing it as well, yeah.
It's gotten worse in like the last 15 minutes. And it could be on my end.
So it must be the Sonic Mega 8K because they're announcing that. Well, that was 4 months ago, though.
Oh, you choked me up.
So I don't know what they have planned for today. I found them. Let's see what they're offering.
Oh boy.
Things
So is it the Mini 8K? Is that what they're talking about? They're announcing?
Who knows?
No, I have an unboxing Saturday of 3D Talk resin printer, 2K resin.
Yeah. You mean it's not an Enter 3 clone like every other one?
No. It's a resin clone like all the others.
It's just another resin printer. I'm just not into the resin.
See what Dennis said? Dennis, that hurt if I had feelings. I don't, so it's okay, but it would hurt if I had feelings.
Come on, factoid man.
No, that was good. That was good. So
I'm heading out. I'm going.
All right.
Later, guys. Have fun.
Ciao.
Bye.
So anyone wants to join in? It's safe now that Llama is gone. There's a link, the StreamYard link. Make sure you mute your YouTube or stop your YouTube before you click on the link to come in and join me. But
This channel is marked safe. Liam and Tim aren't here.
Well, I'm here, but Llama's not here. So once Llama leaves, everybody else can come in because they're all avoiding him.
I ordered these by mistake, not knowing they'd come in handy someday, so I kept them.
What are they?
I think it's a USB-C cable. And it is good. A USB-C charging cable, and it was useless to me.
What amperage is it? You need to be able to. You need 2.1 or 2.2 amps. I'll tell you what, up to 2.5 for the Pi 4.
Yeah, actually, all I need this for is to get a meter out and measure which one are the plus and minus in the voltage. I'm not using this to power it on a permanent basis.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, because the Pi 4 needs a 2 point. I think it's 2.3 amps is what it needs to run. But so most of the cable is a 2.5 amp cable.
See what happens when I plug this in. I get a red light and a green light. Yeah.
Oh no, it'll power, but you'll get voltage underruns is what you'll get.
Yeah, I just want to now I'm just going to take a meter out and measure the back and see which 2 pins are the power. But I'm pretty sure it's the 2 tiny pins that are exposed.
Give me the announcing. We should see. Okay. Yeah. The mini 8K, but they talked about it an hour ago. But let's see what they say when they announce it. I want to be on that announcement. That monster that Tim has there is the rat rig, 500 by 500 by 500 rat rig, Core XY monster. Monster is probably the right name for it.
Yeah, DIY kit.
Yeah, he's been working on it for the last 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
Yeah, about that 8 or 9 weeks now.
Yeah, and he's only been putting a few hours in each week because he's been live streaming his build, and he's close to the end. Most of his cabling is done. He's got, I'd say, he's probably got about 95% of the way there.
Yeah, I think the longest part to go yet. There's going to be one stream that'll probably be just all software configuration.
Yeah,
Marlin configuration, whatever it is. But yeah, all the wiring, if I turn it around, you can see all the wiring in the back that's been done.
See, Dennis types it in chat and he says, I said that already. Come up with your own stuff. Actually, I didn't see what you had typed in chat, but yeah, nice try. So, Dennis is our new Kieran. Dennis is on here to haggle me.
Okay, there's no voltage coming in there.
Yeah, it's a big printer. It's a couple of the guys have made these. Their rat rig are based out of Portugal. So when you order one, they ship from Portugal, and there's a waiting list for these. They're so popular right now. There's a long waiting list for them. Now, if you want to make it yourself, if you go to their website, they did open source everything. You can buy a kit that has everything you need, which is what Tim did, or you can go to their site, get the full bill of materials, order the parts yourself, 3D print all the connections you need to 3D print yourself, or the PETG, and build it yourself.
Okay, you're the expert.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to bring it out. Then it's all anytime. It's all game. I'm no expert, but go ahead.
Now, I don't know how well you can see. Let's see if I can get closer to this and get this meter in the screen. So there's 3 pins coming in where the USB-C comes in here.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if I touch the positive to the 1 and the negative to the 1, I get, oops, come on. Oh, hang on, I had it. So I'm getting 4 there's my 5 volts.
Yeah.
So that must be the power coming in from the USB. So those look like they would be that, and that would be my soldering points. Either one. It looks like there's 2 that'll act as the negative.
No, one is probably negative. The other is ground.
It's ground, yeah.
So if you want to know the pinouts of what is it, Pi 4B?
Yeah.
Just Google it. There's diagrams out there of the pinouts.
Okay. But I'm definitely getting 5 volts in off that cable. So
yeah, you are. Yeah.
Those are going to be the.
Hey, troublemaker.
Hey,
Hey, Dennis.
hey Tim. I
Board
figured
is
I'd hop
warm.
on.
It's actually warm.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah. So it's nice.
The Pi 4s do get hot. I would recommend you can get a cooling fan for them.
Yeah.
And the heat sinks. I would mount it over the processor and the graphics chips and so on that. because they do get hot.
Yeah, a little 5-volt fan over them.
Well, no, you can get a kit that actually comes with heat sinks and all.
And it plugs into a couple of the pins on the board.
Yeah, it goes onto the board, so it's powered off the board.
Okay. I could do that. But let me Pi 4, Raspberry Pi 4 pinout.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, Dennis?
I'm not too bad. Went for a follow-up with my surgeon today. He was happy, so.
He's happy you went for the follow-up to pay him? Or he's happy that everything's going okay?
No, he's getting all that money from insurance. He better be happy. Yeah. No, he was happy with how everything was, so.
Good.
Getting better.
Excellent.
Yeah, they were on the Frozen's page. They had done some teasers and stuff, and some people froze it, and they were coming out with this new 8K mini. It's going to be stupid expensive.
Well, yeah, but like, why would you pay stupid money? Like, in all fairness, between a 2 and a 4 and an 8K resin, unless you're doing humongous parts, there's not much of a difference.
Well,
it's small, and if you really look, it's noticeable. But in most cases, for most applications, for home use, there's not a difference.
No, you're not going to notice it, I don't think. But I wouldn't pay, especially for a mini. And I want to say that they were speculating it was going to be like $1,500-$1,600. I'm like,
for a small printer,
for a small one. That's what that's just the chatter on their they created a special Facebook page for it. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, but like, I think, like, okay, about the screen is one thing. The question is, what else have they done to the printer to make it worth that money? Because if they haven't made enough of a change that's earth-shattering, then if that's the money they're asking for it, then sorry, it's not worth it, right? Now, if they come out with an 8K that is the same price as a 2K, man, that stuff will sell so fast they won't be able to keep it in stock.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like if you come out with an 8K that sells for less than $200, that thing will sell like hotcakes, right? But or they have to major league change technology. So what that is, that's a PoE hat there. So and the PoE and that cooling fan is to cool the PoE hat.
Oh, okay.
But they do have the pinouts for the power. You can get a board diagram, because it's all open source. You can get a board diagram on it.
Yeah, I found it here. They actually have right there. They have a pinout for the USB-C right there of the on the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, so they have everything open source, so you can get all the pinouts out there.
Yeah, it's cool.
So CNX, you said, my only question is if American made now. What you mean from Frozen? Frozen are not based in the States; they're a Chinese company. So no, it won't be American made.
So that is the 5-volt.
So did you find any other information on it? Well, I suppose it'll reveal all within the hour, but.
Yeah, somebody did I didn't load OBS, so I can't share my screen.
You can in StreamYard.
Okay.
In the bottom of StreamYard, where it says in the bottom, you have share.
Oh, share.
And you can click OK, and you choose your screen, and hit OK, and you can share your screen out.
Okay, it'll be messed up for a second, and let me click over to it. How's that look?
There you go. So drag it over. There you go.
So, are you seeing my?
Yeah, we see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, so there's what everybody got a screen grab of.
That's head of Sean Connery. It looks like.
Yeah, Sonic Mini 8K. And then, of course, they're hypothesizing after that whether it's going to be, an 8K Mighty or, whatever. But then there's other chatter. It's Frozen New Era Group is what they created for this release. I got emails from them because I follow them.
Yeah, I'd love to know what it is.
They were saying over $1,500 or around $1,500.
Not worth it for a small printer. I'm sorry.
If
Unless
it's
that
that
printer is
just there's no way to know.
yeah.
But yeah, that first, the first screen grabs were just the bottom text here where it says Sonic Mini 8K, and then somebody else came in and said, "Here's the whole screen print that they signed that they were able to grab in a little quick video flash that Frozen did." So that's what they're saying. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to say. Yeah, we'll see shortly. They'll be coming online in a half an hour.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see what the announcement is, because
Well,
according to Matt, he said they've made major changes somewhere on the system.
Right.
Right.
Well, when you get to the really big ones, even though they're 4K, when you get to the big size, it's not that great a detail because it's so spread out across there.
Well, it depends on how it's all about the amount of pixels per inch.
Right. And so they're making it bigger, but they're not increasing the pixels.
If they're doing that, then if you need to keep the pixels per inch the same.
If they're going up to 8K, then in theory, it could be a heck of a detailed big printer. But
it is but if you're doing 30 centimeters square or cubed, right? Then or bigger, then it would make sense. But if you're doing it for a mini, I really don't think you'll see much of a difference on a mini.
I don't think it's going to be any better than that right there.
And even if it was, you probably wouldn't see much difference.
You wouldn't be able to see it. So
No.
you go. Sadly, on most minis and stuff, a 2K or a 4K, you got to really be able to get up close and have good eyes to see the difference anyway. Yeah. In my opinion, at least to me.
What are you showing us, Tim?
$15 for the fan for the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my forge.
Yeah, $15.
They're cheap.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cheap.
And the 4s need them.
Yeah, the 4 does, especially the 4 and the 8 gig version does.
Well, it isn't doing anything right now, and it's warming up. I can feel it.
That's just the processor running. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can imagine
running the operating system.
When it's running the OS and everything, it'll warm up even more.
Yeah. So I have a Pi 4 8 gig in my all sky camera.
Yeah.
And the Pi 4 8 gig in that, it generates enough heat for me to keep most of the moisture off the dome on my all sky camera. And that's just the Pi generating heat. So
ideally, I'd love to be able to cut this cable and figure out which 2 wires are the power and ground.
Well, that's not that hard.
But you have the pin out, don't you?
The pin out, so just cut the cable and then use your meter to figure out which color is which.
Yeah, I'm not that good at electronics.
We'll cut it while we're watching. I bet you Liam and I can walk you through how to use your own meter to figure that out.
Or you can just ask Jason and he'll tell you, because he's done what it is.
There's the pinout right there. But to me, that's googly gop. It's confusing.
That's small, so 1 second.
Let me see if I can make it.
So you have ground.
There we go.
You have 2 ground.
Out of there. So, yeah, see, to me, I don't even know where. That's a lot of pins. That's a ton load of pins.
Yeah, USB-C has a lot of pins.
Yeah. But really, I'm only interested in 5 volts and ground. Now, 5 volt looks like it's the top, like the first pin or the second pin. No, there's ground.
Yeah, it's going to be in the middle.
And then it looks like 5 volt. Yeah, see, that's what I don't get. Anyway, see, I can't read electrical drawings like that because I'm not that versed at it. So, but I have no problem cutting, because these are spare cables. I have no problem cutting one of these cables and looking at it.
Well, If I was going to do it, I'd have the case. I don't have one sitting here.
I mean, Jason's idea would work. I can always solder to the back of this board because I found the 5 volt in the ground in the back. But to me, it'd be nice, much cleaner just to have this plug in there. So, but yeah. But maybe it's
just
probably
check continuity from the wire and figure out which pin it's going into where the USB plug goes in. Same with ground.
Oh, I see. So in other words, you have one end of the meter on the back of the card and the other end on the wire.
Yeah.
And it'll be able to tell me which wire it is.
Yes, you should be able to see which one's providing 5 volt and which one's ground from those wires.
Well, okay. Okay.
Because you can see, because on the board, because you know which ones you're going to solder to.
Kieran's giving you a tip there.
Yeah. Google USB 3.1 Type-C male 5-pin screw connector shield terminal plug adapter cable. Huh? I'm going to copy and paste and Google that.
You see it in chat, right?
Yeah.
He's doing it, Kieran.
I'm doing it. I'm going to copy and on mouse. Let me open a window and paste this in.
So I'm going to put the join link once more.
Oh, yeah. That's $4 or $5 off eBay.
If anyone's come in and join us, you're welcome to do so. We'll be on for another 20 minutes.
Okay, so I think this is something like what he was asking me to Google. I got it up on screen on Amazon.ca, something like that.
Yeah.
So you plug the USB-C in, and then it should.
That'll give
you know how the wire is.
Just to plug into your 5 volt power connection. Oh,
yeah.
Look, they even show you which one's which.
Show you right there. Positive electrode red. So we have a positive. Yeah, it tells you right there which one's power and which one's not. That's not a bad idea, actually, and it keeps it clean.
Yep.
Look at Kieran all coming up.
And you don't have to burn your fingers again soldering.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, it's a little intimidating for me on a board like this. Let me get the focus in here. Those are tiny, tiny, tiny.
Yeah, they are very small connectors. You need a needle point solder, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have a very fine soldering, and I know with my soldering skills, they'd all end up one big glob. So.
And then your pie would be no good.
I like Kieran's idea.
I used to do HF radio repair for years, so that's not that small.
But I wear glasses, and actually to read that board, I had to put these on.
Right.
So.
No, those magnifiers are great when you're doing small work.
Yep. Pinout showing on the left-hand side. Yeah, thanks, Kieran. That's awesome.
We knew Kieran was good for
And I can get it. Let's see, Amazon, and it says deliver. Oh, let's see.
Deliver via USPS, so you'll get it in about 6 weeks.
Well, it's Amazon.ca. So if I see all buying options, October 28th to November 18th, forget it. That's just the first one I looked up. I'm sure I can look up some other ones.
That reminds me, I need to go buy the some of the parts I need from my furnace. Because I'm getting into metal casting.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'll 3D. I'm half tempted to go buy what's it called? The filament that you can 3D print with, and it burns out when you pour metal into it.
Oh,
so
really?
You create a cast. Or you 3D print a part you want. You do a sand cast, and you leave the part inside the sand cast. And then you pour your molten metal into the sand cast, and it burns it off as the metal goes in.
Oh, cool.
So what comes out is a clean part.
That is cool.
So it actually burns away the material inside. It's not a normal filament. It prints like PLA, but it totally burns off clean when you put hot metal into it.
What are you looking to make doing that, or is it just a new expansion?
Well, it's a new expansion, but I also do like I've 3D printed parts for my telescope.
Yeah.
So this would be the next step of taking a 3D printed part that I've done for my telescope and turning that into a metal component that I can use. Like I can melt down soda cans, right, and turn them into a part for my telescope, a metal part.
Oh, cool.
So and it'll be an aluminum part. So
the only time I look at the stars is when I'm kicked back in my hot tub at night.
I know I'm. Hey Ben, how are you? No, I have a couple of telescopes. You've seen my scopes, haven't you?
Yeah.
I
enjoy looking at what I was saying is I enjoy looking at the stars while I'm relaxing in my hot tub.
Yeah, well, I don't have a hot tub.
That's the best money I've spent, and I don't know how long.
My neighbor has a hot tub, and even when it's snowing, he'd be out inside in it.
Oh yeah, that's the best time. That's awesome.
No,
yeah, I got in it night before last. I was gonna wait until I went back to see my surgeon today, and I night before last I'm like, screw it, I'm getting in it. I don't care. And I felt like a new man for clear up until about 30 minutes after I got out, and then all the heat wore off and everything, and I was right back to having the aches.
It's great for sore joints and stuff. Like anyone who ever works construction or anything like that, it's great for joints.
Yep, good money spent.
How do you keep the bacteria out of them? You have to treat it constantly, do you?
Yeah, I use bromite instead of my mind just went blank. The stuff that you put in your swim pools and stuff. Chlorine instead of chlorine. And because I don't like the smell of chlorine that much. And I'm pretty lucky. I have test strips. I test mine once a week, but and then I take it up and have them test all the rest of the stuff, and mine's always spot on. So, but I use what's called it's Pool Frog, I think's the name of it. They just have these containers of bromite and another chemical. It just floats around in there, and it keeps it spot on. Yeah. So it just keeps it spot on. Nice. Chlorine's cheaper, but I don't like stinking like chlorine, so I don't like the smell of chlorine.
Oh, I found one. Friday, October 8th. That's the day after tomorrow.
Yep, there you go, Tim.
$9.99, $10. I can get it off AliExpress for $4.19, but
and get it in 6 months.
Plus, I'll be lucky to see it at Christmas.
Yeah, won't make your birthday for that.
No. Okay. Let's just order it. Only 10 left in stock. I better order it now. Proceed to checkout.
See, you see, the problem is you should never open Amazon when you're hanging out with other guys like us, because we will just get you buying and buying and buying.
Order placed. Closing Amazon. Closing that window. Done.
30 more seconds, Kieran. I'll have him looking something else up on Amazon.
Yeah.
Let's unplug this for now.
See how warm that's getting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's not even processing anything now.
You should have ordered your fan kit, Tim.
Yeah. Did you order the fan kit for the pie?
Stop it. Okay. Let me look if they have it. I don't pay shipping. I don't pay shipping anyway, so I have Amazon Prime.
We're a bad influence.
Well, they do need cooling, so.
Well, you do need it, yeah.
And with that wad and mess of wires you got up in there, you're not going to have a lot of air movement. So.
Well, he's going to leave it back open, are you?
Yeah. Raspberry Pi 4 Model B fan. Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh, yeah, and it was only $60. Yeah.
Are you leaving the back of this open?
Yeah. So I might not need a fan.
Well, I would, because in winter you have heating on in the house.
Oh, that's true, and I like to keep it warm down here in the winter. Let's see.
They get pretty hot just using them. You know, I have a 4 running my Octoprint on one of them. I don't remember which, but it puts out some pretty good heat in there just running Octoprint. So
well, I'm using the Raspberry Pi basically to run Octoprint is what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, basically.
Are you going to run Clipper on that?
Not to begin with, no.
Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I can't
get Clipper on this on the Duet 3, can I?
I have to check. I have one of these Creality Wi-Fi boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I would never ever use it.
No.
But I found a use for it recently.
Oh, paperweight?
No, I can install Clipper on this.
Oh,
wow. There you go.
There's a way of installing Clipper on this, and I can turn this into a Clipper box, and I can run this on a printer with Clipper.
There you go. So Kieran can't buy anything anymore because he said
USPS, he said, are not use shipping anymore. Yeah.
I bought it. Okay.
You get your stickers yet, Kieran?
Yeah, did you get the stickers?
Oh, then I've got one more piece to wire up. My it's from Dye's Design. It's the filament sensor. It's a nice filament sensor.
Show it up close.
Close up. Here we go.
Does that detect motion as well?
I don't know. I know they just came out with a new one. So, but
Don't detect motion.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fancy case for having a switch.
Got a PTFE tube in it, and yeah. So actually, what I should do is let's see. It's only 2 little screws in the back. I'm gonna take it apart and see what's in it. What the heck?
There goes the
Yeah. So
one.
I'm going to turn this little thing. I'm going to turn this little box. This is the size of the Wi-Fi box. You've seen how small they are, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this into Clipper.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Now I don't know if I have a printer yet to run Clipper on it, but I just want to do it because, well, I can.
Right.
Because otherwise, it's just a piece of hardware sitting there gathering dust and make out.
What's the worst thing that'll happen?
Yeah, well, if it dies, it costs me nothing. So,
Yeah.
but there is a way of putting Clipper on those apparently. So I'm going to do it.
Friend of mine stopped by the other day and he's like, "What's in that Amazon box?" I'm like, "I don't know." "Well, what's in that one?" "I don't know. I haven't got around to open them yet. It's something I thought I needed at some time, and somebody streamed said, 'Oh, you need this,' and I haven't got around to opening them."
I have a bad habit of doing that.
I do too. I got a bunch of Amazon box. I was out in the garage and I
I
had
do, Ben.
out there, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Actually, there is a couple of. If you Google it, you'll find there's a few people out there who have posted how it's done, and you basically take the Clipper, flash loader, and you rename it to a file type that the Creality box will read, and you put on the SD card and you boot up the Creality box, and what it does, it loads and reads the bootloader off the SD card, and then writes it in and flashes it to its own memory. So it's just a renaming of the file is all it is. So it's an optical sensor, is this, Tim?
Yeah, it looks like it's yeah, because I think this right here is where the filament is detected between those two things. I think it's it makes sense. The rest is just all case.
Yeah, show me again. If you can give us a better look at that. Turn it, tilt it so it, no, I want to see can you see any lenses or anything on that black area? The black connector?
Yes, you can see them. I saw the glint of one on the left.
You'll be able to see better there, Tim, than we would on the camera.
So lenses in that black, you mean?
If there is little lenses in there, a little diodes, then it's probably an optical sensor.
Let me have a look.
He's going in for a deep dive.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Jerry.
We're only here for about 10 or 15 more minutes because we want to watch the Frozen announcement.
Would these optical sensors be extremely tiny?
They could be small diodes, yeah.
Very, very, very tiny, shiny things in there.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah, then it's probably an optical. When you power it up, you'll probably see a little red light in there, and it's an optical sensor.
Yeah, okay.
Optical sensors won't sense motion.
So
So
Frozen's going to announce a new printer with only $800 shipping or something like that.
Only 800 shipping? Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just the shipping. That doesn't include the printer.
Yeah.
But the new ones, there's a new version of those that are just coming out, I believe, that has a roller in there as well that actually will detect if the filament is moving or not.
Yeah, that's what I saw that they were what's his name?
Michael, teaching tech.
Michael, yeah, he was there and he was talking to them about it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one? I'm talking about the one Big Tree Tech came out with like a year or two ago.
Oh, no. Okay. No, Dye's Design just announced a new one at that European show that was on.
Okay.
So, okay, I see. So that's going to go on the board somewhere. Ground,
How's
signal.
it going, Dennis? How you doing today?
Good, you?
Oh, pretty good. Just had some, had a hamburger and hot dog, and boy, rewatched my video I just came out with. Now I'm back in here.
Cool. Oh, be right back.
He's in
That's
trouble.
his ringtone.
Yeah. He's in trouble.
But yeah, one of the guys I used to work with, every time the boss used to call him, he set the ringtone for his boss to be a siren.
You just
Yeah, I
put
used to have a ringtone from my boss. It would say "a-hole is calling," and the full word. Yeah, that's what it would say.
you just put
Did he ever catch you?
Yeah, I showed it to him. We had that kind of relationship. Yeah.
Well, and Thomas, the copyright strike, I'm not monetized anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
It'd have to be over 10 seconds.
Yeah, even then, I'm not monetized, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It's kind of, yeah, it's a bit weird that if you play even clips that you get pinged for it, and you shouldn't. That's a bit ridiculous. A bit too strict.
It's just like doing a video. You can have something 5, 6, 7 seconds long from a movie and have a bunch of them, but don't have anything over like 10 seconds in one clip, because then you'll get hit by YouTube.
I know, but that 10-second thing is ridiculous. Come on.
Well, I don't think it's exactly written stone 10 seconds, but that's just what I've always felt it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that. There's no point in that.
My video editor, whenever I put a clip and I sit there and I play a part I like, and I watch my counter, so I stay under 10 seconds, or I'll shorten it, and anyway.
And so far, you've been good, right?
Yeah, on video clips, yeah. Tim had the kangaroo, and I played that on my stream, and I got nailed for that, where the guy punched the kangaroo attacked his dog, and he went up to it and popped it in the face. I allowed him to play it for too long, and I didn't stop it, and I got hit for that. No big deal.
I don't think any of us are going to get rich off what we make off YouTube.
I don't make anything, so definitely I won't.
If you're getting super chats and I got demonetized for a video, I'm pretty positive I lost my super chat that I received on that video. That makes sense to me. So,
wow.
So
yeah, that's different. They shouldn't do that, because that super chat is a donation to you.
True,
but not part of the content you're sharing.
But their system, I think, well, you shared this and people donated to you because they liked that content you showed, and I mean that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think that's why more and more people are moving towards Twitch, because it's easier to monetize over there. I've streamed twice to Twitch, and it's just my laser burning. But I don't know. I think I understand copyright, and if you're playing somebody's music, I get it. If you play the whole song, but if you're doing a small segment and you're not using it as your opening or closing, or as a filler, but you're showing it as part of something else, that's advertising for them. So why should they ding you for that?
You can pay for the right to play anything on your streams. I don't know what it costs, but you can do it. And if I watch videos from a guy that goes around, him and his wife go to buffets here in Vegas, and there's casino music playing all the time. And I doubt he ever gets copyrighted strike, because that's out of his control, and it's background music.
Yeah, I still think that they're being. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make money out of it, but I think it's above and beyond. Come on, like if you're walking down the street, you have and you're on a live stream, and and the store door opens and they're playing music, you get dinged for that, and it's not your fault.
I don't think you would, no.
But sitting here on your video stream, and if I got my stereo playing in the living room, because I like to listen to music all the time, you could get it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't get the difference.
I play music all the time when I'm working around my room here. I have Alexa cranked up, but I can't have it in my streams or my videos. So I just cut out the audio completely and I play something else that I'm allowed to play. And I even get dinged on that sometimes, stuff I found that I'm allowed to play, because if I didn't write down where I found it at and the name of it, and then I randomly know it was at the time copyright free, and then I get dinged a couple months later, which I have, I can't always figure out where it came from. And then you can appeal it, and anyway.
Yeah. 1.5 hours in the first part for Fernrier is finally done. So when are you gonna build it, or is this you're saying it's Fernrier is ready, is built, or is it just the design is done, Thomas? See what he says. I think it's his design is done. I don't think he's built it yet. I've seen many of the designs of it, but it looks like a nice little printer. Oh, first printed part. You mean as in printed on that printer, or first printed part for that printer? I'm assuming it's first printed part for the actual build. I can't wait to see what it looks like. It's gonna. I think I've seen their designs. They look great.
I'll retire Ike.
You're retiring Ike?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you don't seem to care for him anymore. So
no, I don't care. I'm only making fun of you. I'm just making fun of you. No, don't do that.
Well, I don't want to offend you and think I'm bullying you or something.
No. Okay. I got a thicker skin than that. I don't get offended like that.
Oh, as soon as you got off, Jerry, I picked right up on him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he picked on me. Don't worry. Someone had to do it. We're going to be ending in a few minutes because we're going to jump over to the frozen announcement of this new mega 8K mini printer. Yeah, you can see the excitement. I don't see the excitement in an 8K mini.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
An 8K giant printer makes sense. 8K in something this size, what's the point? There's not much of a difference in an 8K, a 4K, or a 2K that size.
They all look wonderful when you print something out and you look at it. They all look great. Somebody's got an echo going.
Oh crap! Oh, look at this! Look at this!
What's up,
Dan? Dan is here.
What's going on, Dan?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Dan, sorry guys, I had to.
I figured I had a serious question for you guys. Okay, I gotta know.
Oh, you're in the wrong place. Serious questions.
16.
Favorite medication for arthritis?
I don't have arthritis.
My hot tub.
What?
Well, we don't. So you're the one with the hearing problems.
Huh?
I was just wondering.
You're about our age. So what are you talking about?
Well, I just had to be a wise guy. I was sitting there. I'm like, hey, look,
no,
I'm going to go
not
in.
Wise guy, wise ass. There's a
Hey,
difference.
it's extreme, man. I was trying to be a nice guy. I was trying to be polite. I didn't want to.
Why would you change? Why would you be nice? Why would you change now?
Well, arthritis, you get up and you move around and you're really sore and everything hurts. So if you're in a state where weed is legal, you can get high, stay stuck on the couch. You won't get up and move around and you won't hurt.
That's right.
What's going on, Viking?
Jerry, there's a question there for you. What is the chair you're sitting in?
What is a chair? It's a broke down computer chair that squeaks and rattles and I don't know what.
No, that's your bones, Jerry. What about the chair?
I don't remember. It used to be a great chair off Amazon for like $250, but my fat ass has kind of broke it down. I need to throw it away and get a new one.
Doing good, Matt.
Over the last year, I put on a hell of a lot of weight.
Yeah, so you can get. It's a gaming chair. You can get gaming chairs out there. There's lots of them out
All
there.
the stuff that I review, I mentioned last week that I'm thinking about. I haven't done it yet. Contact a couple companies on Amazon. Tell them what I do, and I'd like to review their chair and see if there's anybody sends me one, then I can do a video on a chair.
Yeah, try it.
I was thinking about doing that for shelving units. Since I keep talking about wanting to get some shelving units, I was like, maybe I get somebody send me some shelving units. I can put it up.
It never hurts to ask. Just always tell a company what you'll do for them, and you may or may not get an answer, or you might get an answer and they want more information.
Send me some shelves. Send me the link you want the people to use to go buy those shelves, and then I'll put that down in the description saying shelves were, I got the shelves given to me by XYZ company, and this is a link if you want to go buy some if you like what you see. And
and you get 5 or 10% off, and you can build them on live stream.
No, Dan, I've seen you need paint first, though.
You don't like my walls?
Dan, you need paint first, though.
That's the question.
What's wrong with this? Right there. What's wrong with having like that there? And what's wrong with my Dan cave? You know what I'm saying?
Glucosamine, those wax things. I remember them years ago. My mom used to give them to me.
Wax things?
Constipation medicine. They're wax.
Yeah, what goes in must come out.
Yeah.
Well, see, the conversation's gone downhill all of a sudden.
Well, I quit talking, so I won't.
No.
See,
So much can be added in.
Yeah, the
nice little printer. It's working.
Now, watch the ribbon cable on it, on the extruder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm keeping an eye on it. I heard you. Here,
do this. I want to give you a tip because I've had to repair mine. So watch this, right? If you bend down and look level at the cable, where it goes into the extruder is lower than it is on the x-axis. So when the head goes back and parks, it puts a torque on the ribbon. It will, and you will find someday during a print, it will stop extruding, all because a cable has slowly worked itself loose.
That's fine. If I put if I have to, I'll pull the tape on it and I'll slide it down a little bit and try and.
You can't. Won't work. Because where it comes out on the left hand side to go across the x-axis, there's no room for to slide it. It has to lay flat.
Yeah, I mentioned that before, and Liam said the same thing.
Sorry, Jerry?
Yeah, I mentioned that before to you. You told me the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I've had a ribbon die on me for that. So
I never.
No, go ahead, Jerry.
I never got no extra ribbon cables with mine, and Dora had somebody here in the U.S. mail me some. I got some like a week ago in a package, a private envelope from somebody, and there was 3 or 4 little baggies in it with extra ribbon cables. So I'm not sure who she contacted them, but they came from a private person.
Yeah, watch this, Dan. This is what it should look like. 1 second, I'll just make it full screen. This is what it should look like.
Yeah.
This is what happens when it's been used for a while.
Yeah.
See that? See that one over there that's black? It burnt out. It actually shorted. No, it didn't kill anything, luckily, but it shorted out, and the ribbons, the fingers get damaged. But there's side view.
Every time he showed that, you're pausing for like 3 seconds, and then
we're going to finish up anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you still watch it, okay? So keep an eye on it. Yes.
You quit freezing up when Jerry left, and you started when he jumped back in. So Jerry's creating lag.
Okay, could be.
That's because the signal has to go all the way down to Jerry in Texas and all the way back again. Or Vegas, sorry.
There you go.
And as it passes through Vegas, it gets stuck in a strip. That's what slows it down.
Awesome, Chris.
He does them every Wednesday, Chris.
What I was going to say is the only thing I wish
you're welcome, Chris.
They would have included in the package with this thing. There's one thing I wish they would have included, which was like some sort of a strap that you could put, like has like a clip on it that you go obviously between the lead screws and the frame, not over the lead screws with, but you push through between. So when you fold it shut, you have that strap with the clip you could lock, and then you can grab it and go. Because right now, they apparently want you to fold it, but then carry it flat when you're walking. And most of us, we're thinking of like you just fold it up, pull the strap tight, grab the top of your Z here, and just walk. So that would be something nice, just like one of those like nylon straps with the plastic.
I have to say, I do not believe they intended you to be folding it up, moving around, and unfolding it over and over and over again, because the ribbons and so on that would not survive.
Well, yeah,
So-
no, and I get that, but I'm saying like just in general, like right now, say I wanted to take this thing to work with me. You know, it'd be nicer if I could fold it and have that strap to lock it in place so that it doesn't sit in my car and as I hit bumps and stuff.
Yeah,
like the
because there's no end stop. It goes all the way down and swings all the way past horizontal. Yeah.
Get a little suitcase and put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like something quick, something cheap that they could get to toss in the box with it. You know, it's nothing. It wouldn't cost a whole lot, and for somebody that just
There's a
about
solution. Look, there, Stephen, give you the solution.
Yeah, put it back in the box. Has a nice handle on it.
Yeah, I guess that that would be nice, but I put the box underneath the table here, and I don't want to always have to keep packing it up in the foam to take it places. I'm just saying, it was just a thought of something simple, quick, and easy. You could go. You just unplug the power cord, fold it up, put the strap on there, and then walk with it. And then when you get to where you're going, open it back up, put the screws back in, and go.
Here's a solution. Buy a second for the office and be done with it.
Yeah, hey, you never know. I might have to. I mean, it's not a bad machine all in all. I've been having some good luck with it. I'm still playing around because there's no profiles for it for Prusa Slicer, so I'm constantly tweaking and adjusting.
There is on the Fuku's Facebook page. Somebody's posted a slicer profile.
Okay, well I have to check it out.
The group.
Hey Bob, how you doing?
Hey Bob.
Well, Mr. Carnes, you're right. I could. I gotta just get off my ass and learn how to design in some form of a program. Whether it
But
be
Bob,
solid
it sounds like
or-
you know Dan, right? So
Yeah.
given that we know Dan, we know that he won't do that. He wants to make a big problem out of a small issue.
It's not a big problem. It was just a suggestion. That was all.
I'm just giving you a hard time because you give it to me and it's time for payback. You know that, right?
Just tie the power cord around it and carry it by the power cord.
Yeah, just get some paracord or get some.
I'll just use the power cord. I'll just wrap it around there and tie it in a knot and go.
Yeah,
There you go.
and tripod coming in as we leave. Hi, John. Bye, John. You came in last minute. We're actually getting ready to stop because we want to jump over onto the Frozen announcement. They're
Put
doing
Tim on the
announcement
bottom,
for
and I'll take
8K
off
Mini.
my hat, and we can
The
match.
what?
Yeah.
Frozen are about to announce their new 8K Mini resin
Yeah,
printer.
whatever. I'm not really into it.
Here we go.
I was going to see what I heard. It's a big game changer.
Is it mini,
what I
though?
heard. It's an
That's what
8K
they're
Mini.
saying on the
What's
page.
the size of the build volume? Hold on. Let me turn this up.
No, no. They haven't announced it yet. They're announcing it in now, actually. They're about to go live any moment.
Matt German, yeah. Yes, Matt German. I spent the better part of a half an hour cleaning up my Twitch mess, but it's all good. At least so far. They'll teach Twitch now. Wait for the lawsuits to start rolling out from some of their high-end streamers whose financial information as well as personal information just got leaked out to the internet. Wait for Twitch to have to pay out on that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a nice, big, expensive one. They'll not make that mistake again.
So it's now on our website, apparently.
Jerry got Bingham right there.
All right, let me get it.
Yeah, I think I'm tidying up this review for this Congrow.
So how's it going? It's looking good, yeah?
I mean, it still doesn't do the 2-pass cut.
Hmm.
So, I mean, otherwise, it's a good machine. It's got some quirks to it, but yeah, I mean, usually I will, kick the tires on a machine for a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks.
Hey Ben, Brady, how you doing?
And how is it?
I
don't have one. That's why I'm asking. I have other diodes.
It passed. I mean, it just sucks that Jerry's can do a 2 cut and mine can't.
Well, you never did it in 2 passes?
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's why
So
I made
if
that
I-
video. I forgot about it. And it's like, oh shit, I need to make a video real quick. So I did, and I posted it so you'd see it. So
Jerry?
I did it on Facebook.
Jerry,
Yeah, I saw it.
Jerry, are you on YouTube? Do you see
Yeah.
Ben's link?
no,
Can you approve it, please?
you need to mod him so he can post it. He's not
Yeah,
modded.
but I'm not on YouTube, so
Okay, I can't mod people unless I'm on your account.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually on their website right now about the printer. They've announced it's out there now.
Yeah, I mean it
What's
did
it say?
do the cut, but it took 3 passes.
Hmm.
It's
And
not bad though.
That's a big snowflake.
Maybe it's a wood,
Well, it's for Dan.
moisture. I don't know. It's hard to say.
We gotta do that. What's that?
Oh, good, nice.
Yeah.
But the more it passes, the more it frays and burns and.
Well, that's why I said it. Well, if you do the blue tip over the wood, the tar ends up on that, and the black soot ends
Yeah.
up on that, and then you peel it off afterwards.
Yeah, but something that's this fragile.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying the blue tip
Yeah.
will do it though. It'll save a lot of the material.
Yeah.
I think there must be a blue tape shortage though, since Llama doesn't have any.
Yeah, the fact that Llama doesn't have blue tape, there must be a problem in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bought this off of Amazon, but man, it's a whole bunch. It's like 70 of them, and some of them are warped, and not
Yeah,
like
I need
they're
to go
real.
buy some Baltic birch, 1/8 inch. Can't find it, and they don't have it in the stores here.
Go to Home
Yeah.
Depot or Lowe's, John, and you can buy some stuff a little bit thicker, and you can cut it down yourself on your table saw or whatever.
Yeah. And then like one of the pieces, what the hell is that on the back? A measurement. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's what it looks like to me. Someone measured it.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Or a quality mark or something. Yeah.
No, it looks like it's a 12 on there. So whatever. That's why I use it as a scrap for underneath.
Blue tape.
Oh, Llama's back.
You see this picture here,
Yeah,
John,
so-
I did on Dollar Tree 8x10 glass.
One
But I
second,
have
let me
layers
bring you
here.
up a full screen, Jerry. 1 second.
That's Dollar Tree glass. I painted it white. I painted it black, and I done all the processing in Lightburn. But I have a layer shift right in the middle of the print, about where my finger is.
No.
For some unknown reason, I had a layer shift on it. But the picture came out really nice.
It did, but I would check your belt engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did let's see here. Did acrylic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need. How deep did you? You didn't go very deep, did you? You did it fast.
Oh, okay. So the problem is that the laser will overheat if you go too slow. Still, and then you just let it cool down for like 5 minutes and then go again. But it's the problem is once it burns off the paint, either you reapply it and you do another time, and plus when this thing homes and goes back, it's off.
So the
It doesn't-
homing is not on. It's not right. There's a firmware update. That's
Yeah,
software.
so-
They have to fix that.
Yeah, it's off. So I mean, I could. And I noticed that when I did this board here, the waste board, that it does that.
Bye, Dan.
Yeah,
Take
sorry
care, Dan.
guys. I just got a
Later,
message
Dan.
that says needed in the
Take
house.
care.
So I'm gonna run. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for letting me sneak in for a few minutes.
Of course,
Yeah.
anytime. You know that.
Have fun, guys.
Anytime,
Talk to you
Dan.
later.
Ciao.
See you, Dan.
Yeah, but for the closing part of the video, I did something fun. So
Nice.
we'll see if it's passes any. I mean, I'm tired of doing just the boring videos. So
Yeah, the fact that it doesn't go back to the same position each time means there's something to do with the way the homing works, and that's software.
yeah, it's definitely doesn't go back to when I did a snowflake before. So this is 2 passes. You can see that
Mostly there,
on the
yeah.
third pass it did it, but 2 passes no.
Well, here's my view on it. I know a diode laser can cut, right? Thin material. Would I use a diode laser to cut thin material? No. If I'm going to cut something, I'll use my CO2. Because it's got the power and at speed, it will rip through that like hot
Really
knife
fast.
butter
Why not?
in one pass. and it'll do 5 mil in one pass, right? Now 3 mil, yeah, it'd be a fast cut. I wouldn't use it personally. I don't see the point in using a diode to cut. If I was cutting, I'll use my CO2.
It's all you got. It's all you got.
Well, I understand, but even then, you get out a router, you get out a saw. There's other ways of getting cuts if you want to cut something out. There's I personally would not use a diode laser for cutting, even though they say it does.
You want to see how bad this is off with the homing, and then you go back?
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
It's out of focus. Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you go homing,
by about 2 millimeters.
yeah. That's honestly not acceptable.
What axis? Now, what you should do is check which axis it's out of. It's off on.
Oh yeah, that's the closing part of the video, because it's just not. If you're doing passes, if you put the passes in and then you pause it and take a look, and then you resume, it's fine. But as soon as you home it and you put it back, it never goes back to the original origin position that you set.
You should share that out, Ben. Yeah. So the fact that it sounds like there's an issue with the homing switches or something. So, or it's firmware, one or the other. But that's why I said if you identify which axis it's off on, there are ways of tweaking that in the software in Gerbil.
Yeah, but my reviews are, maybe I'll do a fix on it or something later. But my reviews right now are just out of the box, how it works, and
of course
what the problems are.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, right? Based on what they ship. But
I mean, it's not a true 400 by 400. I mean, it's off by about 6 millimeters on both axes. But I mean, it's when I did the waste board, it was like they kept on bumping, so it stopped the light burn.
And don't click the unload button. I had a bunch of stuff I saved in Lightburn, and I was messing around with saving this and saving down, and I clicked unload, and I killed my whole directory on all my stuff I saved.
Oh, really?
Well, unload doesn't kill it. It just takes it out of the menu. You can go back and add them back in again.
Yeah, I can go find the file on my hard drive, put them back in, tweak all the settings, and re-put them in. But yeah.
But I would say for the price, if that's a fake price where they say, oh, it's 100 or whatever off, if it always stays that way, it's not bad. It's not bad for the price.
How much is it?
It's like $2.99 or $3. What is it?
That's not bad.
Hold on, let me double check.
That's like 700 Canadian.
Well, everything's
$2.99.
Maker Pi. Do we know Maker Pi? I think I've heard of Maker Pi.
Yeah, I've heard of Maker Pi. Yeah.
Okay. Got somebody contact me. I got to Google who Maker Pi is before I respond to him.
Maker Pi. I know. What are they? Who's missing? What are they asking? Do you mind me asking? I know the company. I've dealt with them.
I don't talk about anything on streams usually.
Okay, well, we can chat after. I'm just saying I've dealt with them, and they're the guys that are working on the big 700 cube as well. They have and they also have an IDEX coming out that they're working on.
Maybe it's somebody I already contacted and I forgot about it. I don't write down who I contact.
Ping me privately and let me know the name. I may already know the person you're dealing with.
Well, that's when Liam sends it to Jerry, not vice versa.
What's that? Did I lose something?
I keep behind the scenes. I keep in touch with all my streaming buddies about things and discuss things.
Yeah. So what did you say, John? I didn't get that. Sorry.
He said you were shady.
Jerry.
Well, no, I probably have the contacts. I probably have dealt with the person you're dealing with. Chances are, I know one of the founding members of that company. I've dealt with him. I've chatted with him a few times.
It's like when I do a video, I don't talk about who my rep is on Facebook that I deal with because they might not want to get bombarded by everybody saying,
True.
Well, this and this. So
that's why I said PM me with the person's name to see if I know them. There's a good chance I do because I've dealt with a lot of the guys over there.
All right, let's see if I.
You remember Alice? Remember I did the interview with Alice?
Not sure.
She was with Maker Pie.
That's a nice looking board, John.
Thanks.
Yeah, it is. Is that MDF?
Yeah. So if I set back to origin, let's see how far it's off this time. Yeah. It's just enough though that it just f's up a print if it just. I mean, that's the only way around it, unless you mess around, like you said, with the firmware. But as long as you just have enough passes and you just pause it and take a look and then resume, it's fine. Otherwise, if it homes, you're screwed.
Well, that means the fact because it does a double bump going home, does it, or a single?
It's a double.
So the first one is I'm going there, stop, and the second one is come up slow and trigger again. So it could either be the switch on that axis. If it's a single axis, it could be the switch. I would suspect it was a switch actually.
When I home that, it just touches and stops. I don't think it double bumps on mine.
It should do normally. It depends on how slow it is. So that's one. So it's a double bump. Yeah.
Yeah, and it slows. It hits it and then backs up and goes slower and hits it again.
Yeah, and that's the norm. So I would suspect if it's a single axis, I would suspect it's a switch. There's something up with that switch. Maybe the arm is strained or whatever like that, and it's not registering properly each time you do it.
I mean, when you look at it, when you set the origin and we go back to the origin, it looks fine until. I mean,
that's just what I suspect. There are ways of adjusting that, but I suspect that's what it is.
And then when I start to print, it is off by like 10 millimeters on the X to the left.
And is the shift on the X as well?
I have to take a look.
Okay.
Because the closing part is that's when I go through all the F-ups that either I do or the machine does, or both. So.
Yeah, it'd be worth investigating to see which axis, if it's always the same axis. Because if it is, then that's something that can be investigated. If it's random, then it becomes harder. But
yeah, I'm trying to keep this one like around 10 minutes or less for this video. I mean, it's not much to really review. I mean, it works out of box except for mainly that.
Did you test the safety features, like it's cut off and stuff?
Well, I have to see if in Lightburn it has that. So I haven't.
No.
You just lift it up, and when you tilt it up like this,
tilt it
up while it's running.
Yeah. Well, I know that, but I didn't know if it was set in Lightburn or like verbal laser garbage.
No, it's actually on the board. There's a gyroscope on the board, and when the laser is tipped or moved, while it's running, it should kill the laser.
Yeah, because I haven't done any of the shots of it with the safety, or that's tomorrow evening when I'm going through all those shots of, what it has. A lot of times I do it reverse. I just start working on it, and then I come back and say, okay, this is.
If you put on a blindfold, you can lay your hand out and say, okay, guys, let's test the laser feature. Have on the blindfold, you lift it up, and you'll see how close that beam gets to your arm before it turns on.
I have something almost similar to that, Jerry, that's going to be in the video.
All right. But actually, you'd have to check it in advance to see where it's going to stop, and then you can do the blindfold.
It's just like I said, I'm tired of some of the boring shit. So,
yeah.
It's like when I do presentations at work and stuff, it's a lot more lively than my videos because I think it almost seems like I get away with more at work. So,
like I mentioned before, my wife says I'm too boring on my videos. Maybe if you got your wife or your daughter in the background with you talking to you while you're doing something, they could liven the mood up more while you're doing the video since you can't play music.
Okay, they're doing a Kickstarter for this new machine.
Ugh.
It looks like, because they're talking about super early bird deals.
Oh, geez.
This new printer, the 8K, is $349.99 for super early bird. The early bird price has not yet been set, which will be released on October 17th. There's no pre-order. There's no Epic Bundle 1, 2, 3 prices. So let's have a look at the 4K. The Mini Sonic Mini 8K is a screen of 7.1 inches, which is slightly bigger than the most 4K LCDs.
Well, that's
its
gonna be nice.
resolution.
For
Sorry,
resolution. That's gonna be nice for pixel density resolution.
you won't see it at that smaller print area.
But when you're doing any type of molds and stuff, that's when it
At
does
that
help.
size, you won't see it. If you're doing a bigger area, yes, I can see pixelation being a big thing. But when you're doing something no bigger than your fist, you're not going to see the detail in that. It won't make an awful detail. I don't think it's going to make a big enough difference. Its resolution is 7,500 by 3,240 pixels. So its build area is length is 16.5. Width is 7.2 and height is 18 centimeters. So it's a little bit longer, a little less wider, and a tiny bit taller than most of the 4K LCD.
Yeah, I'm not going to do any resin until next year, and then I'll think about.
I have a new one. I arrived today, so I'll unbox that on Saturday.
You know, the garage isn't set up for my safety with it.
Yeah.
And moving around, ever since I got that used one from Congro that I bought, it's been sitting on the floor. And plus, when the whole bat fell apart, the film, after the second time I used it because it was used, I should have replaced that film when I first got it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if what they're saying here would make you want to rush out and buy this thing.
The only thing I think is, like I said, it's for the people that are looking for extreme detail in the smaller models. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. For me, I mean, that's like jewelry and making stuff like that.
You must also remember, if you're going to do something at that resolution, you have to buy special resin for it. Because the normal particle density of a normal resin is actually, the particles are too big.
Well, you gotta get Box, I think his name is. He does all that castings and stuff on his channel.
Yeah, but still, you need to get a special resin for 8K, so you have to buy specially products to get that type of resolution.
Yeah, because the grain in the resin, it makes sense. I mean, I don't mind any of that.
I did not.
PM me the link. Okay, 1 second.
Man, I've been battling this idiot on Facebook, man. On the Arc Droid.
Yeah.
He's like, you should have gotten this other one. And I'm like, I look at the components of it. It's just a CNC table, for a plasma. Two axis X and Y with one stepper on each. Doesn't even have real linear bearings. The power supply is a Chingling power supply, and you think, oh, it's all made in the U.S. and it's using Arduino Nano to power it for it. I'm like, dude, no, it's not all made in the U.S. And
yeah, I don't know.
It's just one of those people that wants to troll on, on the company's Facebook saying to get a different product.
Probably.
Well, he kept on saying I paid, X amount of dollars for it. I'm like, no, I didn't pay that much money for it.
So, lovely. Another Kickstarter, looks like. I think they are.
Yeah, after these two Kickstarters, I'm done for a while.
So let's see what the sign up now brings me to.
Well, they just
Well, maybe it's not a Kickstarter. Maybe they're just offering extra early bird deals or using Kickstarter terminology.
Why don't they just? It pisses me off. Just do it on their freaking website.
That's what they did on their last one. They just did it on their website.
They're doing it on their website, but they're making this the way they're phrasing it. It sounds like Kickstarter, but it doesn't. I don't think it's going to be one. It just sounds like it is. They're using Kickstarter terminology like early bird and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's get the traction to your website, not another website.
Yeah.
They just renamed their group, the Facebook group that they had for it, from New Era to Sonic Mini 8K.
You know, the Artroid is a new company. That's what these Kickstarter platforms are for.
I agree.
And it's not for established ones. Or it's a young company looking for more.
Like a company who's only been within China only, and now they want to branch out across the globe.
Yeah.
And they need assistance to make that happen. The Kickstarter is fine for that. Big established companies should not be using Kickstarter.
Ever since Creality did it, now they're all on that bandwagon.
Others have been doing it before Creality ever did.
I never really on it. I've purchased 2 things off of Kickstarter. Well, 3 things. Everyone's favorite, the CR6 SE, and the
Firestarter,
yeah, the smoker. Right after that.
Yeah, you're already friends with her. I put her name in private chat. When I see her.
We know you love that printer, John.
Yeah, I know her very well. Yeah, I've chatted with her many times. She's very nice. So it sounds like they're getting back from. So let me know. Actually, message me on Facebook. Let me know what she's asking about.
Yeah, and then I got the Sunlu filament dryer that was a debacle on with their Kickstarter, and selling it for just the same price on Amazon before anyone got theirs. And then I got the M1 back, and then the Artroid.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the M1 when you get it.
That's something, they're both going to actually arrive around the same time, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, but I want to see what happens with the M1, because the M1 is I don't have a fiber laser. I'd love to have one. Someday when I'm big, I'll get one. But but until then, I'm going to live vicariously through your fiber laser.
Well, it's a pulse laser, but we'll see.
It's pulse? I thought it was fiber.
Infrared pulse laser.
So it's DPSS.
Whatever. I don't know.
John doesn't speak laser yet.
No, not yet. I'm too new.
It's a diode solid state pulse.
Well, it's definitely a different frequency than these.
It sounds like it's a DPSS is what it is.
Because you can put your hand underneath and it won't burn you. It's meant for, like I said, metals and non-ferrous.
Okay, please don't test that. Well, if you do, make sure you get. And if you do get,
that's what Jerry is. I'm gonna fly him out here to. Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, but if you do get it on camera. But all right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Mary, make sure you send me the what she's reaching out to you about, because
we haven't got there yet. Okay.
Yeah, because I do know her. Tell her you know me. Well, that may be a good or a bad thing. I don't know.
I wouldn't do that. He's got a bad reputation.
All right.
Actually, I got a good reputation, those guys. Take care, John. So, guys, we're going to wrap it up. All right, and we're on for over almost 3.5 hours.
Wow!
So it was fun watching Tim crimp cables again and again and again.
Yeah.
But everyone who's out there, if you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, ding that bell, please. I do Hangouts every Wednesday. I will be going live this Saturday morning at 11 a.m. US Eastern. I'll be doing a live unboxing of a new 3D Talk 2K resin printer. It's a brand new resin printer from this company. I don't know how many people have heard of 3D Talk, but they do a lot in the dental side of things. And so they're very big in that area. And
print me some teeth, Liam. I'll buy them from you.
Well, if they send me dental resin, I'll print you a set, okay? But
They'll
they're
they'll
big in
buck
that
teeth.
area. Sorry.
I said they'll be big buck teeth.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny style. But so that'll be on Saturday morning. So remember, if you subscribe, and ding the bell, you'll get notified when I go live Saturday morning. And if not, put it in your calendar, and I'll see you then at 11 a.m. US Eastern. And until then, guys, thank you all for coming to hang out with me. It was fun as always. And I will see you Saturday morning if you're online, and if not, I'll see you this time next week on 7 p.m. US Eastern for next week's Hangout.
Take
Thank
care,
you, guys.
guys.
And for everybody in
Later.
chat, thanks, and have a good evening or good night. And I'll see you in the coming days. Thank you, and take care.
Good night.
Good night, all.